Ball game. Spire at third. Carter gives it a ride left field, and that ball is going to be out of here.
Base hit.
Base hit to right. Manuel will hold at second against the arm of Ellis Valentine. One out. Drive toward right center. That's in the gap. Heels to score the go-ahead run. Wallace Johnson to third. Expos 4-3 on Wallace Johnson's triple. Kingman gives it a ride to left. Francona back.
Nice
Terry
play.
Francona. There it is, 8-2. Cardinals leading the Pirates.
Should be 2 right here.
1. That's all.
Tough chance for Flynn. That
drive down toward the right field line, and that's in play. The Expos lead 5-3.
For the Yankees way back in the 50s. I'm going to ask
a
for
long
dates
drive
there.
to
That's
left
gone.
field. That might be out of here. It is.
Oh.
And drilled it over the fence.
old days.
Kingman and Reardon, they're good buddies. They were when they were Mets. Now Reardon trying to get him out. Uh-oh, a lazy fly ball to left. Francona went back. Will he get to it? He does.
There it
The
is.
Expos win the second half. The whole team out on the field. Look at the celebration out there. My goodness. What a ball game. Look at Cromartie. Cromartie dancing.
Ray
out
Burris
there.
giving Jim Fanning the hug, and now Carter the congratulations. Must be a
Right.
great thrill. Duke, you've been through it many, many times.
Coming in. Well, this will be quite a clubhouse. There's
Jeffrey.
Reardon.
Yeah.
Reardon, one of the stars of the game today.
Sure.
Bryn Smith, who did a good job. Charlie Lee, who did a great job earlier in the season. Jim Fanning still out in the dugout area.
All right, what's going on, everybody? How we doing today? RJ the DJ back with you with these division champion Montreal Expos. They have clinched the division finally. We didn't know it at the time last time we left off, but it was a Harold Castro walk-off home run in Game 2 of this 4-game series that we're continuing today against the Kansas City Royals. A 4-1 victory. The Expos scored 4 runs in the 9th inning, and we just showed you a clip earlier before we began. That was the 1981 Montreal Expos, the only other division championship they have ever had. That was 40 years ago, almost to the day. So unbelievable stuff. It's taken 40 years to get another one. Of course, they weren't a team for the last, such and such years. They became the Washington Nationals, and the rest is history. Of course, they've won a World Series since then. But interesting stuff. They win their first division title in the last 40 years. They only won 1981. Of course, they had a 1994 run that was marred by the baseball strike, and they were, I think, at one time up like 8 games in first place. They were poised to be a champion. I mean, they were on the cusp of a what many believe to be a World Series championship, and of course, the strike happened. They did a fire sale the next year. The rest is history, and such became the demise of the Expos. But not this time. Not this time. Harold Castro, the walk-off home run yesterday, clinches the division title. We'll show it to you here. They're now at 104-34. Just a magical season this year. They're going for 116 wins, and they have a good shot at it. You're talking... Let's see, we're at 138 games, so thinking there's about 20... Math is terrible. 24 left to play, and they need another 12. So we need to win 12 of the next 24 if we want to at least tie that title, or 13 of the next 24 if we want to break that imaginably tough winning record by the Seattle Mariners in 2001, and I believe the 1908 Chicago Cubs did it, or some Chicago Cubs back in the day. of that variety did that. So we've got 2 more games for you. It's just a 2-game series, so we're playing with the Royals today. We did the first 2. We split the 4-game series up into 2 parts. Might do a stream tomorrow, not too sure. If we do, it'll be later on, probably about 12 o'clock Pacific time. Do have some stuff in the morning that I need to take care of, but we'll see. Not too sure about it yet, but hang tight. Keep an eye on Instagram, Twitter, things like that, and we will post if we go live tomorrow. Thinking we might. And that would be against, I believe, the Toronto Blue Jays, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, 3-game series with the Toronto Blue Jays. That may possibly tomorrow. If not, it'll be on Monday. But it's a nice little homestand. We won Game 1 10-3. That was pretty convincingly. And 4-1. We did not score a run until the 9th inning. It was a 1-0 game until the 9th. It was Jacob Junis, who had, I believe it was 8 1/3 scoreless, until he started giving up some hits and they knocked him out of the game. He was running on fumes. There's nothing else he could do. He almost had 100 pitches thrown, I believe. So they brought Kyle Zimmer in. They didn't go to their closer, Matt Barnes, that they acquired from the Red Sox. They went to Kyle Zimmer, and it just imploded on him. And we ended up tying it with 2 outs in the 9th, 1-1, and then we got 2 guys on, and it was a Harold Castro walk-off home run. What a way to cap the division title. We didn't know it at the time. We had to come back and take a look, but the Yankees had lost their first 2 games against the Blue Jays. Unbelievably, the Blue Jays playing good ball right now, and we won our first 2. So hoping to take the series win and maybe go for a 4-game sweep. That would be interesting. Today's matchup going to be tough, though. It's going to be Brady Singer, the ace of the staff for the Royals, going up against Anibal Sanchez, and Anibal's been on the losing end lately at 13-4. Game 4 is going to feature Michael Pineda, acquired by the Royals. And I believe he was on the Twins last time, taking on Caleb Smith, and he's been a tough customer, but in some bad luck lately. The good lefty will probably join our bullpen when the playoffs come around, because we're going to need some good lefties out of that bullpen. We have not had many, just Tim Hill, and that's it. So Michael Pineda and Caleb Smith in that Game 4. It'll be interesting when we do play the Blue Jays. Tyler Glasnow against Hyunjin Ryu, Rick Porcello against Ross Stripling, and Cole Hamels against Robbie Ray. Some good matchups, and we had some trouble with the Blue Jays last time we played them. We only took 1 of 3. So, without further ado, we've been talking long enough. Let's get on into it with your division champion, Montreal Expos, Game 3 of this 4-game series we're featuring today. So glad you could join us. Hope everybody's doing well out there, enjoying your Friday, almost a weekend. Hey, can't complain. Absolutely cannot complain. But Brady Singer on the mound for the Royals. He'll try to put the stop to this. But at least we finally clinched the division after that rough Yankee series. Nice to be back home at Park Labatt. Labatt Park. Clear skies. And Anibal Sanchez on the mound. Bullpen is pretty refreshed. I think Nick Whitgren will be the only one that won't be available today, which is no problem. Looking at the lineup, Donovan Solano's definitely going to have to come out, and that may be the only one that will have to. Well, possibly we'll pinch hit, or we'll take Sanchez out of the game. So Donovan Solano will come out. Hey, what the hell? Let's put in Harold Castro. He was amazing. He provided the spark for us yesterday. Let him take a curtain call. And Mark Canha, Franmil Reyes, I believe will go. We'll leave Gary Sanchez catch. We'll let Wellington catch in Game 4. So we'll do that. Nola in left, maybe. Zach Collins has played good. We'll bump Collins up to 6th in the lineup, and then Nola hitting 8th. He's struggling a bit. So I think that'll look good. We'll set you up for game number 3 here. Mark Canha, boy, he has had a rough series so far at home. Still looking for his first hit of the series. And you know what? I didn't put a hat on. I was just thinking about that. I'm looking at him myself, and I'm like, I don't have a hat on. Let me go grab a hat, and we'll get playing. I thought my head felt naked. Oh, that's crazy. There we go. That sounds feels a lot better. Sounds a lot better. I think we're good to go now. You don't have to see my shiny head. And let's go down and play some baseball here on the show with your division champions. Proud of these boys today. Let's get on into it. Game number 3 of this 4-game series. Here we go.
de baseball, la batte des Expos. Une présentation des agents et détaillants SO du Canada. Xerox Canada. Xerox, on répond à vos besoins. Et de Labatt 50, une bière soigneusement brassée par Labatt, la grande brasserie canadienne.
All right, here we go. If I could find it. There it is. Game 3 of this 4-game series that we split up into 2-parters today. So 2 games for you on tap. A little bit of a quick day, but can't complain. They've won the division title. That is big. We didn't talk about it on the show with the walk-off, but we found out later on that was the clincher. And what a way to clinch it. See if Mark Hanna can get that bat going. You just saw him there. Anibal Sanchez on the mound today. 13-4 record, 2.98 ERA, slumping as of late. He's had some tough luck outings. He's able to go 5 innings, at least keep you in the game and give you some work. But falling off the table as of late. We had Alberto Mondesi to lead things off here. We'll take a look at the Royal lineup here coming up right now. Alberto Mondesi, I believe that was, I forgot Mejia's first name already. Jonathan Mejia, something like that. Salvador Perez, the catcher. Ryan McBroom at first base. Ryan O'Hearn in left. Nick Heath out in right field. We saw a home run from him the other day. Kyle Isbell in center field. Michael A. Taylor, the DH. And Hansel Alberto. He's the second baseman today. But a tough pitcher on the mound for the Royals, Brady Singer, that we'll have to go up against. He's the ace of the staff. So we'll see how this fares. Oh, it's Eric Mejia. I apologize. I completely forgot about Eric Mejia, and he is the third baseman today, so I'll try to remember that as best as possible. Hunter Dozier has a day off, and that's thankfully so. So, here we go with your division champions here in the month of September. Playing a lot of good baseball at home, just not on the road so far, and we'll see how this pays off. And a ball, 1-0. Boy, my sound is way behind today. That's interesting. Oh, well. Nothing I can do about that.
First pitch, 6:35.
That's really strange. Sound is way behind on the thing. I got the sound to come up and work again on here, but now it's way behind. Let me see if there's anything I can do real quick to fix that, because that's going to throw me off guard today. So weird. I don't know what it is with this thing. OBS is always a pain in the butt. So I do apologize that the sound is way behind on here. Oh well. Don't know there's much we can do about it. Boy, that is way behind. Huh. Interesting stuff. Oh well. I do apologize for that. I thought we had the sound working pretty good. It ended up being way behind, so don't know what I can do about that, per se. I don't want to screw it up and have it not have sound at all. Yeah, I do apologize for that, guys. So I'll have to make do with it today, I guess. Oh, well. All right, here we go. 1-0 to Adalberto Mondesi. Fast runner out there. There, that sounds a little bit better, I think. Ground ball and the out. Made by Zach Collins over there at first base. I think that sounds better. We'll see. Eric Mejia, the hitter. He's the third baseman today, hitting .222. For Salvador Perez on deck. He had that only run scored for the Royals yesterday. It was enough to get him to 8 innings, couldn't cap off the 9th. Expos scored 4 runs in that bottom of the 9th to walk it off. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Yeah, that was weird. The sound was behind. Now it's good. Okay. Carry on. But what a day yesterday. Expos celebrating in the clubhouse division title. First one in 40 years, since 1981. That was their only other division title. Of course, we talked about 1994, what most would have been their second division title, and never came to fruition because the season never ended. Or it ended, all right, the season ended abruptly. So they always have 1994 looming, that they would have been the World Series champions possibly in 1994. Caught there by Harold Castro. He was the walk-off winner. He got a good hand from the crowd today. I'm sure he'll get a curtain call when he comes up. Salvador Perez, the hitter, and change up there like a balloon down the middle, and fouled away 0-1. So just getting underway from Labatt Park. This is game 3 of a 4-game series, split into 2 parts, so 2 games for us today. We had the 2 yesterday, but what a game we had for you. Fly ball out to left field. Matt Kemp going back just shy of the warning track, and he makes the catch. He had 1 foot on the warning track, and that's Nola out there in left. You know, it's a new day. I got to get used to everything again. We go to the bottom of the first. Here come the bats from the Expos. No score. Brady Singer, your pitcher today, 11-6, 3.14 ERA. Good numbers from him. He's the ace of the staff. 146 strikeouts in those 166 innings of work. Let's give up a little bit of hits and walks, but nothing too shabby. Leading off is going to be Randy Arozarena. We didn't even change the lineup, so we have Harold Castro hitting second. Didn't think about moving him down the lineup, but we'll let him go. Arozarena to lead things off here for the Expos, who couldn't find the offense for quite a while in game 2. They had no problem in game 1. They put up 10 runs in that game, won 10-3. And going for the series win today. Of course, win's not as important anymore. Well, you see that sinker. We do not do well with sinker ballers. We'll see how this plays out. 0-2 here to Arozarena. And swung on and missed to begin. Good start for Brady Singer. The only thing we want out of the wins is to win the 13 of our next 24. We can break the record for most wins this year. Got a good shot at it. Here is Harold Castro. Last time he was up, it was a walk-off home run for him. It's a good hand from this capacity crowd today. Swings and misses on the first one here, 0-1. So a nice moment to clinch the division. Harold Castro coming off the bench, the unlikeliest of people, but he does have 13 home runs this year. It's not out of the ordinary that he would do that. A 2-for-4 day for him, 3 RBIs, all on 1 swing of the bat. Acquired from the Detroit Tigers this year with Tarek Skubal. Fouled away in 1-2. So a nice moment for him. Gets a nice hand from the crowd. Of course, it's a team game, and they need every single player on this team to be at their best. Especially come playoff time. You're going to need everybody at their best. Castro looks in, 2-2, fouled away. So Brady Singer is going to play tough today. If they want to get runs, they got to do it early and knock him out of the game. Get to that bullpen. Ground ball, that's going to be speared there at first base by McBroom. Shoves it over to first in time to get Castro. Singer covering over there. Good play by McBroom. Lineup for you for the Expos. The only change, Donovan Solano out of the game. Harold Castro getting the start today. The usual suspects. Mark Canada hitter. As we talked about, having a struggling home series, and unlike him to play this way at home, he's now 4th in the American League with 101 RBIs. He's still leading the home run race, but Matt Chapman catching up right now. Swing and miss, 0-1. 51 home runs this year. He has sparked this offense, him and the man behind him, Franmil Reyes. Takes a strike, quickly 0-2. Singer looking for a scoreless first inning to retire the Expos. 1-2-3. He don't care about division titles. The Royals are in dead last in the American League Central, so they have no chance for a division title. They just want to play spoiler today. A good crowd on tap from beautiful Labatt Park. Canna swings and misses on a bad ball down in the dirt. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Brady Singer. So we will go to the top of the first. We played one, no score from Montreal. Ryan McBroom, the hitter, 4, 5, and 6. It was a scoreless frame for Anibal Sanchez. 7 pitches is all it took for him to retire the side. And first pitch going to be their first hit of the ball game out the center. So wasting no time here in the second. Expos in, or excuse me, the Royals in the hit column. That's Ryan McBroom. And here's Ryan O'Hearn. Getting a start today. He'll take a strike. 0-1. He's the left fielder today. I have to remember where everybody is. So runner on, nobody out, fouled away. A good lefty hitter in this lineup. Asking a lot from him these days. He was 0 for 3 yesterday with a strikeout. Fouled away quickly, 0-2. Lineup that doesn't have Jorge Soler in it anymore. He's a member of the Angels. Traded at the trade deadline. We saw plenty of him. Zach Collins will start a 3-6-3 double play. Timely done will retire Hearn and erase the bases. So now 2 away, and Nick Heath the hitter. Nick Heath a home run in game 1. Not much offense to speak of yesterday. The Expos had more hits off of Jacob Junis, but the Royals had more runs up until the 9th inning. Of course, only 1 on the Salvador Perez home run. So we'll see what this Royals offense can do today. That's hit pretty well to left field. That's going to hop off the wall. And Heath's going to round first, head for second. He's in there with a 2-out double. So maybe would have scored a run with a runner on. Instead, with the bases erased, 2 outs, they've got another hit. And a double for Nick Heath as he tries to keep it alive. Kyle Isbell, a good hitter in that lineup, lefty hitter. We'll try to drive him in. Instead, it's a ground ball. Harold Castro will take it over to first in time. So nothing doing for the Royals. They strand a runner. And we go to the bottom of the second. No score here from Labatt Park. Ramil Reyes will lead things off for your AL East Division champions. 296 hitter, 43 home runs, 93 RBI. Still in that home run race, but Matt Chapman now throwing his hat into the mix as Mark Hanna has slowed down significantly. Swing and a miss by Reyes, 0-1. Reyes has never gotten a hit off of Singer. He is a 0 for 7. We'd like to write that today. 1-1. We'll see Gary Sanchez, and then we'll see Zach Collins in the lineup. Of course, Zach Collins had the sacrifice fly that scored the tying run to keep that game alive in the 9th yesterday. A big part of that offense, and then set it up perfectly for Harold Castro. 1-2 to Franmil. He swings and misses. And for Brady Singer has punched out the heart of the order so far. 3rd strikeout for Singer. We knew he was going to be tough with that sinker coming in. The batter would be Gary Sanchez. Hitting 257 on the year. He's had a few good hits in the last few days. Swung on and missed, 0-1. Can't catch up to that slider today, though. Might be a tough day for Expo hitters. Sinker, that is blooped out into right field. That's going to fall for a base hit. So doesn't matter how you get it any way you can. And Sanchez will be aboard, 1 on, 1 out.
The first baseman.
Zach Collins, the hitter. As we mentioned, that sacrifice fly yesterday tied that ball game up. See if he can get a timely hit here. 1-0. 22 hitter. He's up that average significantly. 13 home runs, 32 RBIs. Showing some pop as of late as well. First round pick in the 2016 draft by the Chicago White Sox. Looks at a ball outside, 1-1. 3 home runs in his last 9 games. So as we mentioned, turning it on as of late. Good to see. Good offense from him. Of course, he's good defensively, and he runs pretty well too. That's up the middle. That's speared by Singer. He's going to second and over to first in time. It's a 1-6-3 double play. Of course, double play is the Expos kryptonite, and that ends the inning. So no scores. We've played 2.
Leading off for Kansas City.
8-9-1 for the Royals, who got a pair of hits off of Anibal Sanchez, but that's it in the second. Michael A. Taylor, the DH again today, played out in center field in game 2. Takes a strike, 0-1. For Anibal Sanchez, keep him in the game. Don't let it get away from him. He's been known to give up a few long balls, especially in this ballpark. Fly ball out to right field, and that's Fran Mill, and makes the catch, 1 away here in the third. There you see it, the AL East standings. They have clinched over New York after the Yankees lost their last 2 games against the Blue Jays. That's all it took. And the walk-off sealed the deal yesterday. Special moment to make it happen. It's nice to celebrate in front of the home crowd. Hansel Alberto, the hitter. The only thing we are worried about is playing the Yankees in the playoffs should it come to it. Of course, the Angels and the Yankees most likely will duke it out for the wild card game. That's going to be a 1-game free-for-all. We'll see what happens. Strike to Hansel Alberto. It's now 0-2. 1 out here in the third. See how this all plays out. Of course, we'd love to play the Angels instead. Even with that high-powered offense, we swept them here at Labatt Park. We'll see the Yankees coming up soon as well. Blue Jays will be next. And it's a ground ball getting through out to right field for base hit. Hansel Alberto, bottom of the order, getting it done. It turns the lineup back over to Adalberto Mondesi, the speedy shortstop. See if they try to put some speed into play here. You could always think about bunt. Candace playing in a bit. See if they can get a double play here. That's going to get through past the first baseman, Collins, and it's going to be back-to-back base hits. And now maybe the Royals have something cooking here. So it's Eric Mejia, the third baseman, and he flew out to second base last time. 0 for 1. Looks at a patented splitter from Anibal Sanchez, 0-1. For Mejia, a pop out back in the first. First and second, good speed on the bases. Swing and miss, 0-2. Sanchez will try to keep him right there. 0-2, ground ball, chance to turn 2, slow roller. They're gonna get anybody? No! Safe is the call at second base, and they don't get the play at first. Everyone is safe. They move station to station, and now the bases are loaded for Salvador Perez and nowhere to put him. That's not good news. So no score for the time being, but the Royals looking to break it open right now with Salvador Perez. First pitch is a strike, 0-1. Hard to believe they didn't get anybody on that play. It was a slow roller. Harold Castro had to charge for it. Not normally the second baseman. Of course, that's Donovan Solano. 0-2 to Perez. But still didn't have a chance. I thought the play at second was not as close as it was. He is safe at second. 0-2. Checks his swing. Did he go? He did. That's a called strike 3. I'm going to say he went. So a strikeout for Anibal Sanchez. Timely retires the powerful Salvador Perez. The hitter is Ryan McBroom, and he's got a single already to his name back in the second inning. A chance to still do damage, but 2 outs. 30th pitch from Sanchez is a strike. 0-1. So here come the Royals. We'll see if Sanchez can strand him here. The base is loaded. Swung and a missed, 0-2. Pitch away from at least getting out of danger for the time being. We've seen Sanchez do that time after time, and he does it again. Swung on and missed, 2 strikeouts to get him out of a bases-loaded jam. Nice job by Anibal. So, the Royals strand 3. They do get another pair of hits, but nothing doing just yet. We go to the bottom of the third, no score here in Montreal. Good pitching duel so far. Matt Kemp to lead things off today, hitting .301, back over 300, 29 home runs, 59 RBIs. He had a home run in that big rout in game 1, 10-3. We'll face Singer here, swings and misses, 0-1. Had a pinch hit single last time in game 2. Misses there, 1-1. We'll see 7, 8, 9 in the order. We'll see Nola and we'll see Hernandez. 2-1. Of course, Kemp has been steady all year long, even despite the age. Now 36, and still getting it done. 3-1. Sometimes you just need the right atmosphere, the right ballpark. Of course, he's taking advantage of that short porch park in left, but still a very good hitter in that lineup. Takes a ball 4, and we'll take a walk to begin the third. So when you're not hitting off of Singer, just let him walk you.
The left fielder, Austin.
The hitter will be Austin Nola. He's the left fielder today. 207, 10 home runs, 38 RBI. Still needs to get it going a bit. He's a little more to feast or famine, all or nothing. Takes a look at a slider for a strike, 0-1. They have not yet been able to get a hold of that slider, and if they have, they've punched it into the ground. Want to avoid a double play. And that's going to get through, even though it's a ground ball. That'll get past Alberto there at second base and into right field. So a hit for Austin Nola. He'll take it. First and second. Now the Expos have something cooking. Hernandez will be the hitter. The switch hitting shortstop hits from the left side today against Singer. He's got 2 on, nobody out. Don't want to avoid a double play, of course. Sinker in there, 0-1. He is 1 hit shy of career number 1,000. We forgot to mention that with Hernandez. So we are on watch. The next hit will be 1,000 for him in his career. A good moment when he does that. And that could come through right now. He'll take an RBI with it. First and second. Kemp, the runner in scoring position. Doesn't run well, so it'll have to be a good hit. Up and in. And got to back out. So Brady Singer, 32 pitches here in the third. We're looking for the first out. Double play candidate, of course. That's hit pretty well out to right, but that's going to hook just foul. That would have been nice. That may have scored a run. So no score here, bottom of the third. Just getting underway, early stages of this one. Ground ball, chance to turn 2, though. 4 to 6, 2, 3, they don't. Breaks it up. It's not a hit, though. So that hit will have to wait, but he's aboard. It works like a force out, and it's kind of like a sacrifice. Kemp will advance to third, and at least for Hernandez, he breaks up the double play. So 1 out, first and third. The batter back to the top of the order, Randy Arozarena. And for Arozarena, struck out last time up. He looks at a ball down low, 1-0. 4 for 6 in this series. Of course, the home run in game 1. Wasn't a lot of offense to speak of in game 2 until the very end. Fouled away. 1-1. 14 double plays he's grounded into. Of course, so have many on the staff. It's something you just got to be wary of. I'm going to limit that today, I would hope. 1-2, swing on and missed. On third is Kemp. He'd love to come in and score the first run of the game. Here's the 1-2 to Arozarena. Lays off. Good take on the changeup. 2-2. On deck, Harold Castro, the walk-off hero yesterday. Fouled away to stay alive. Still 2-2. Singer being very careful. He's going low, trying to get that double play ball. Arozarena fighting it off. That is patented. 6, 4, 3. They do it again. Back-to-back double plays and back-to-back innings. And does the job. They leave 2 stranded. So a pitching duel right now here in Montreal after 3. No score. Brady Singer and Anibal Sanchez going to work. Ryan O'Hearn, the hitter, to lead things off. 5, 6, and 7 for Kansas City. The ground out for O'Hearn. He grounded into the double play. So plenty of double plays so far in this game between both sides. And 0-1. Timely pitching. Of course, Brady Singer, the sinker baller for Anibal Sanchez, doesn't throw much above 90 miles an hour, but he's got that splitter that he likes to go to. And 0-2 to O'Hearn. We'll see Nick Heath coming up next. Ground ball over to Zach Collins, taking himself 3 unassisted for the first out of the 4th. So cruising along in this game 1. It might have to stretch this out a little bit. We only have 2 games to play for you today. Nick Heath, the batter, 1 for 1 with a double back in the 2nd. He's filling the void for right field. That's where Jorge Soler was playing. But doing well so far. We saw the home run from him in game 1. Getting some good offense going. We're going to ask big things from him and this Royal staff that is rebuilding for next season. They're the bottom dwellers in the AL Central this year. Ground ball. That's going to get past a diving Mark Canha into left field. So Nick Heath, 2 for 2 today. A single and a double. Keeps his hot hitting going. And Sanchez will need to find a way to get the runners off the bases again. So Heath, pretty good speed over there at first base, maybe thinking about stealing. Kyle Isbell, the hitter. 0 for 1 day for him. First pitch is a fastball at 90. That's about what Sanchez will top out at. And 0-1. Like another double play here. 40th pitch coming here with 1 out in the 4th. And here it is from Sanchez. That's a fastball as well, 0-2. Kyle Isbell 0 for 3 day yesterday, but many did. There's only 3 hits for those Royals. They had a run. They're up 1-0 to the very end. And called strike 3. They'll get Isbell here. Now 2 away. 3rd strikeout for Sanchez, coming at a good time. Brady Singer, of course, topping out at 96. Sanchez did hit 91 on one of his fastballs. So now 2 away. The batter, Michael A. Taylor. 0 for 1. They fly out back in the 3rd inning. And a splitter in there. 0-1. A lot of signals going on in that dugout. Mike Matheny playing with the Expos a bit, maybe thinking about going. You're going to back off and check the runner at first, just to make sure he's not taking off. Sanchez has been good behind the plate, picking off would-be base stealers. 0-2. Just go after Michael A. Taylor at the plate right now. Here's the 0-2, swung on and missed. 2 more strikeouts in the inning for Anibal Sanchez. Gets out of jam again. Leaves another runner stranded. The Royals have had 5 hits and stranded all 5. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Expos coming to bat in a scoreless game. Batter will be Harold Castro. It's 2, 3, and 4 in the order. Canha and Reyes will follow.
The second baseman,
2 for 5 series for Castro. Of course, that walk-off in game 2. Brady Singer, 40 pitches in the first 3 innings of work, and he has been lights out. Just 2 hits by the Expos so far. First pitch is a ball down low, 1-0. Castro grounded out, first time up to the first baseman. Of course, you make some memorable moments for the Expos like Harold Castro did yesterday. You'd be part of folklore forever. That's what I meant to say. Ground ball over to second, and that'll be Alberto for the play, 1 away. So 2 groundouts for Castro today, though. But will always be remembered for that walk-off. They clinched the division, only their 2nd division title. And first in the last 40 years, of course. They missed a little bit of time in the middle. Mark Canha, the hitter. They haven't been a team since 2004. We're talking, what is that now, 17 years? So good to see him playing well. Crowned a division title. They're going for the best record ever. They would need to win 13 games to do that in their next 25. That's the last 25 games left in the year. Hard to believe. And we'll be in the playoff mode. Fouled off by Canha, 1-1. He's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. He is still yet to get it going in this series. He has been blanked by the Royals. All the way again, 1-2. No runs, 5 hits, no errors, 5 men left on base for the Royals. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 3 men left on for the Expos. Ground ball, another ground ball. That's over to third. That's Mejia in the second out of the fourth. Moving along, Brady Singer dueling on the Expos just like Jacob Junis did yesterday. The complete turnaround from game 1. The Expos will hope not to wait until the very end again this time. Franmil Reyes, a hitter, 0 for 1. And he's got one elevated at least out to right field, but that's going to be Nick Heath back there to make the catch. A quick inning of work for Brady Singer. 1-2-3 go the Expos, and still looking for our first run after 4. So RJ DJ with you. This is game 3 of a 4-game series. Just one of 2 that we're playing today. We split up the series in 2 parts. Of course, a memorable 2 games yesterday. If you missed it, go check it out. Hansel Alberto be the hitter, 9-1-2 for the Royals. And for Anibal Sanchez, he's labored a bit, but kept him in the game. No score. Gonna wait for his offense to pick up the pace. One and one. Ground ball over to third. Mark Kent. A lot of ground balls today. Not a lot of balls getting out of the infield. And out number 1. A matter of time before the Royals will crack Anibal Sanchez, but for the time being, hanging tough. Third time around in the order, here's Alberto Mondesi, 1 for 2. He had a single back in the third. Take a look at a fastball, 89 for a strike, 0-1. Of course, Anibal Sanchez, 37 years old, so maybe some of his last few years, but a good season so far. As we mentioned, 13-4. He's just been struggling here in the second half. 0-2. Gets the called strike 3 on the splitter. Got the strikeout pitch working at least. 5th one on the day. And 2 away here in the 5th.
The third baseman.
Batter will be Eric Mejia, 0 for 2. 50 pitches even for Anibal. Here's 51. And it's fouled away, 0-1. He's good for another inning. He's pitched efficiently, despite giving up 5 hits. Swing and a miss, quickly 0-2. Looking for a scoreless 5th here. As we mentioned, he'll wait for his team to back him up, hopefully. Gets the called strike 3 on the cutter. Another pair of strikeouts in the inning. That's now 3 consecutive innings. He's thrown at least 2 strikeouts. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. No score. Gary Sanchez will start things off for the Spos. 5, 6, and 7 in the order. He's 1 for 1 with a single off of Brady Singer. One of only 3. For Singer, 48 pitches in this game. That's hit pretty well out to left field, but that's going to hook into foul territory and be caught by O'Hearn, Ryan O'Hearn. And out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 away for Brady Singer. He'll take it. 50th pitch coming for him right now. The batter is Zach Collins. 0 for 1. He grounded into a double play last time. Looks at the ball down low, 1-0. Shift is on. Hansel Alberto in towards right field. Mondesi up the middle. Mejia, the only man on the left side, so may not be a bad idea even to put one down. He does not go opposite field very often. Swing and miss, 1-1. We mentioned Collins swinging it much better than in the past. That's up the middle. That'll get through. He'll find a hole towards the shortstop position, but with the shift on, everybody's out of place. And a base hit for Zach Collins. Make that hit number 4 on the day off of Singer as they try to crack him. The batter, Matt Kemp, he walked last time up. No official at-bat. Was back in the 3rd. Looks at a ball outside, 1-0. Kemp, a home run shy of 30 on the year. You talk about steady through his career. Coming back to his MVP ways when he had a run for the MVP race, and he lost to former teammate Ryan Braun. And he was with the Brewers, and Matt Kemp was with the Dodgers. Fouled away in the Expo dugout, 1-2. So 1 on, 1 out. They'll try to avoid another double play. It's been their kryptonite the last 2 innings. Here's the 1-2 from Singer. That's up the middle, but caught. Not enough to get elevated. Mondesi makes the catch over at short. Takes away a base hit from Matt Kemp. Now 2 away. The batter will be Austin Nola, and he's got a single to his name so far. He's back in the 3rd. So Singer looking for a 5th inning scoreless. Back-to-back goose eggs. Back and forth we go. Still looking for that first run of the game. Inside, 2-0 to Nola. On deck, Cesar Hernandez, of course, watching him for career hit number 1,000. He reached base last time, but couldn't get it. That was on a force-out play. 2-1 to Nola. 2 outs here in the 5th. We'll see what Brady Singer can do to end the inning. 3-1 to Nola. Might get a good pitch to get a rip on here. That sinker has been good today. That's a screaming liner over to 3rd. Dive by Mejia. He'll throw it to 1st in time. Nice play, Eric Mejia taking away a base hit, maybe 2. Over at 3rd. Nice job over there in place of Hunter Dozier. Defensive, dazzling play. So it keeps the game scoreless as we go to the top of the 6th. Salvador Perez will lead things off against Sanchez. It's 3, 4, and 5 heart of the order. We'll see Perez, we'll see McBroom, and we'll see O'Hearn. Perez is 4 for 27 against Sanchez. He's pitching good. 54 pitches here in entering the 6th inning. And still looking for his team to back him up. 5 scoreless so far. He's matched Brady Singer. Ground ball foul. We're past the midway point already. We're moving along, that's for sure. Might be our shortest outing of the year. And 2-2. But if we stay scoreless, we may go extras. You never know. Ground ball too short. Tough play for Hernandez. He's got to hurry. Throws to 1st in time, but the throw is offline. Collins was pushed to the right. And just not enough body there to make the play. Hernandez had to go deep in the hole to make the play, and the throw just was there in time, but offline. Perez not a fast runner, but it's an E6 on Cesar Hernandez. That should be a made play, even though how hard it was hit. So, 1 on, nobody out. The batter, Ryan McBroom. This is the heart of the order for the Royals. This is where you want to get it done. Sanchez, 60th pitch coming. Doesn't pitch much further. It'll probably be his last inning of work, but he'd love for the boys to back him up. Fastball hit on into right field for a base hit. So another hit. 2 on now, nobody out. 3 lefties coming up in the order. They may be thinking about a lefty of their own. Thinking about maybe Sam Freeman down there. David Robertson getting warm. I'm going to go to the mound and talk to Anibal Sanchez. They'd love for him to finish off the inning, but they want to keep this game close at the same time. So O'Hearn, the hitter, 0 for 2 today, a double play and a ground out, so 2 ground outs basically. I'd like to get one here. That's probably what the talk was about. Fastball's in there, 0-2. See if he can get a pair of strikeouts again as he's done the last 3 innings. Splitter misses down low, 1-2. 1st and 2nd, nobody out. Royals looking to score the first runs of the game. That's hit out to center. Rosarena going back on it. He's got a beat. He makes the catch. And tagging And heading to third is Salvador Perez. So now 1 out, first and third. The batter is Nick Heath. He's been a perfect 2 for 2. They may put him on and face Kyle Isbell down there, and I think they will. They're going to intentionally walk Nick Heath. He's been tough to beat so far. They don't want to let him play spoiler. So now the bases are loaded. The batter is Kyle Isbell, and they need to figure out how to go about him. Looking at it, the lefty came in at this point. They'd have to face 2 righties behind Isbell if it doesn't work out. They're going to let Sanchez go 1 more at least. 65 pitches for him. He needs a double play here, or at least a force out at the plate. So, tough moment here. He stranded the bases loaded back in the 3rd inning. And 0-2 here to Isbell. See if he can do it again. Need to be on point right now. Splitter lays off 1 and 2. Good pitch to try to get that out. They'll take anything at this point. 1-2. Ground ball, chance to turn 2. 5, 4, 3. They get the double play. Isbell didn't beat it out at first, and they get out of the jam again. Anibal Sanchez, he's a magician today. 6 scoreless. Strands the bases loaded twice. He gets the 5-4-3 double play. Isbell didn't beat it out at first. What a play to keep it scoreless. What a job. My word. So we're going to the 7th inning. And now it looks like David Robertson will get warm. We haven't seen a lefty throw out of that bullpen for the Expos in quite some time. I don't know if they're just afraid to use him or not. They added 2 more lefties. They have 4 lefties they can go to. The only one they've used is really Tim Hill. So in a close game here, no score. Anibal Sanchez pitches 6 scoreless innings, and now they've got to get to Brady Singer. Leading things off is Cesar Hernandez, and we're on watch. His next hit is 1,000 career. A nice moment to get it. That's up the middle. That's going to be 1,000. Cesar Hernandez will hold him to a single. A nice moment for him. He'll get a good hand from the crowd. That is now 1,000 in the books for Cesar Hernandez. A pretty good career for him so far. They'll take that ball and put that one away in his trophy case. So a nice moment, and maybe now time to build on it. The batter, Randy Arozarena, a strikeout and a double play has been his doom today. Intakes low, 1-0. So plenty of things going on lately here in the month of September. Nice moments individually, but now division champions. Fouled away by Arozarena, 1-1. They've played such good baseball all year long. A rough second half, at least on the road. Back at home, they have played so good, and they're trying to take the lead here. Takes a strike, sinker up high, 1-2. Let's see if Arozarena can deliver today. They need a hero. Let's not wait till the very end again. Fouled away, 1-2. Like we said, I hope everybody's enjoying their Friday today. It's game 3 of this 4-game series. 2 games for us today. We split the series in half. 2 yesterday. Fouled away, opposite field. And 1-2 still to Arozarena. Brady Singer, 67 pitches here in the 6th. He's still got the pitch count where he wants it. He can go a little bit further. Sanchez will probably be done for the day. Swing and miss. Arozarena has struck out twice today. Not getting it done at the top of the order. Hey, it's up to Harold Castro again. Another opportunity for Castro to get the go-ahead. On first is Hernandez. He's got good speed over there. He just needs to get going. The throw over is a little bit. We're apparently offline. What is going on? I'll wait to see if we come back. What's going on right now? We coming back? There we go. I think we're back now. That was weird. Well, that's never good when you go offline, but if you missed it, Adalberto Mondesi pulled off the 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. So we're going to the top of the 7th with no score. I'm going to wait a second just to make sure the stream stays on. We lost you there, and I do apologize. All right, I think we're back. We ran our ad break now. I'm just making sure that we're okay. We lost you there for a second, but Adalberto Mondesi pulled off the 6-4-3 double play to retire the Expos in the bottom of the 6th. And we go to the top of the 7th with no score, so we'll use our ad break now. So we do apologize in the break in the action, and I think we're good to go now. I think we'll be okay. Try to make sure that it holds up. Keep an eye on it. I'll make sure it's okay, but it looks pretty good. Good enough today. That's, you know, Cox Internet out here, of course. So, top of the 7th we go. David Robertson is going to come into the ball game for Anibal Sanchez. For David Robertson, it's been good so far. We'll tune up for the playoffs. 1-1. Still no score. No runs on 6 hits, no errors. 8 men left on base for the Royals. Of course, they stranded the bases loaded last time. And for the Expos, no runs on 4 hits, 1 error, and 5 men left on. The double play has been their kryptonite. First pitch to Michael A. Taylor is a ball on the cutter, 1-0. So top of the 7th, we still don't have a score. It was 1-0 yesterday, and nothing. Nada, zip, zilch. Settle. Swing and miss, 1-2. 8-9-1 for the Royals here in the order. We'll see Alberto, and then we'll see Adalberto Mondesi. Fouled away by Taylor, 2-2. Swung on and missed. Taylor will go down to begin the 7th. He throws the bat in disgust. Strikeout for David Robertson to begin the 7th. And you feel unfortunate for Anibal Sanchez. He gave it all he had. 6 scoreless innings, and they can't back him up for it. 0-1. So Hansel Alberto, 1 for 2, a single back in the 3rd inning. 3 for 8 in this series, though, hitting the ball well at the bottom of the order. Lays off 1-1. Of course, the Royals have got more hits, but they're stranded more runners as well. 1-2. Fouled away by Alberto. If you're just joining, there's nothing to report. 2 pitching duels. Brady Singer and Hansel Alberto and Anibal Sanchez. Sanchez departs this game after pitching 6 scoreless. He ran the pitch count up. And it's David Robertson's turn as the bullpen tries to keep it scoreless. 1-2, lays off 2-2. Good take on that knuckle curve. On deck, the top of the order, Mondesi. He's been a tough cookie today. 1 for 3. 2-2 again to Alberto, and fouls it away, staying alive. Making Robertson work here. 15th pitch of the game for him here in the 7th. Slider fouled away again. 10 pitches in this at-bat alone. Swung on and missed. Finally gets the better of Alberto. Robertson's 2nd strikeout for him. 2 away now in the 7th. The batter, Adalberto Mondesi. 1 for 3 with a single on the day. Robertson will look to pitch a scoreless 7th and shut the door. You wait for the first runs of the game. It might go extras with no score. We've seen that a few times. Fouled away, 0-1. It's an old country singer. Used to say, sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. And fouled away out to right field, 0-2. Gets a called strike 3. It's 3 consecutive strikeouts for David Robertson. A perfect 7th inning of work. It's time to stretch. We took our commercial break during that little break in the action, so we're going to keep on trucking. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's the heart of the order leading things off, Mark Canha, but an 0 for 11 series for him. He has yet to figure it out. Looking at the group of guys coming up, and thinking about using Tyler Rogers, but also thinking about Tim Hill. Might possibly go to Tim Hill, because I know there's some lefties looming behind in the lineup. I think we will. We'll use Tim Hill for the 8th inning and hope that it works out okay. So here we go. Mark Canha really needs to get it going. What a series to forget for him. 70th pitch coming from Brady Singer here to Mark Canha. And that's hit well at the left field. That'll erase everything. Home run, Mark Canha. The Expos on the board. It's 1-0 here in the 7th. For Mark Canha, home run number 52. He leads the league still on a tear and on a mission. First hit of this series. Now 1 for 12, but it doesn't matter. That's the go-ahead run. Mark Canha leads off the 7th inning off Brady Singer with a run. And that'll help the cause. The Expos now in front, 1-0. Brady Singer may be feeling it now. The batter, Franmil Reyes, swings and misses 0-1. Let's pile it on now, boys. Franmil 3 for 10 in this series with a home run and 2 RBIs, but 0 for 2 today. Of course, that was part of that onslaught in Game 1 where 7 different people homered. That is popped up left field, but fairly well hit. Out there to make the catch is O'Hearn, and out number 1. Good capacity crowd on tap. You see a whole bunch of people in the pool still. Nice weather here in September. And as we close in on the end of the season, it'll be at the end of the month. We're at September 6th at the moment. The batter, Gary Sanchez, 1 for 2. A single and fly out on the day. So, hallelujah, finally a run off of Singer. That's up the middle, but shift played perfectly. That's Alberto there to make the play, 2 away. So takes away a base hit from Gary Sanchez. 2 away, the batter, Zach Collins, 1 for 2. For Brady Singer, he didn't pitch horribly. That was the only run given up. 5 hits and a home run. Here is Collins, gives it a rip. That's going to fall shortly out in right field. And Nick Heath to make the catch. That ends the inning. But Mark Canha leads it off with a bang. Cannon shot out to left field will do the job. A screaming liner home run. And it's 1-0 as we go to the 8th. We'll try to keep this a 1-run game. Tim Hill is coming in to throw. He's been their only reliable lefty this year. 6-1, 2.25 ERA. He'll hope to keep it a 1-run game. Here we go. Top of the 8th. Try to set it up here for Roberto Ozuna. First batter is Eric Mejia, 0 for 3. Takes a strike, 0-1. We'll see Salvador Perez coming up. He had a homer yesterday. That was the only run the Royals had. And today, nothing doing. Being blanked by Anibal Sanchez and company. 1-2. The attendance 44,572, 500 shy of a sellout. But a good one on tap. Popped up. Zach Collins will call for it and makes the catch over at first. 1 away. The batter be Salvador Perez. Probably their best hitter on the team. starter comparison, you see Anibal Sanchez, 6 scoreless, and for Brady Singer, went 7 and gave up a run. 6 strikeouts for Sanchez compared to 4 for Singer. Good outing for Anibal, just a no decision, unfortunately. All right, Salvador Perez 0 for 3, a flyout, strikeout, and he reached on an error last time, made by Cesar Hernandez. 0-1, fouled away. Tim Hill trying to shut the door here in the 8th. Of course, he's been better against right-handed hitters than he has lefties this year, so maybe the reason why he's in there. Behind Perez is behind McBroom coming up on deck is a bunch of lefties, so just in case somebody does get a hit in the 8th, they can try to get him a lefty-lefty matchup. So I understand the means behind it. And so far, so good. 0-2 here. Fouled away by Perez. Late stages of this game, but a solo home run by Mark Canha. Finally getting in on the fun. Inside fastball doesn't take 1 and 2. Expos are looking for the series win, and more importantly, they want a 4-game sweep after getting swept by the Yankees. They want to seal the deal. Swung on and missed. They'll get Salvi. 2 away. Nice job by Tim Hill. Set down the big man. The batter will be Ryan McBroom. 2 away here in the 8th. On deck, 3 lefties, so that's why Tim Hill's in there. 0-1. For McBroom, 2 singles on the day. 2 for 3, 4 for 7 in this series. Not a bad series for him. Just kind of gone wasted to this point. 1-1. Hill fires a fastball in there for a strike up high. Gets the call. 1-2. He'll try to finish off a scoreless 8th inning here against McBroom. Here's the 1-2. Misses. 2-2 on the sinker. Crowd wanted that one, of course. A good crowd on tap there out in the pool area. The new updated left field entranceway there to the pool area and fountains, everything there. Very beautiful. Labatt Park. 2-2 from Hill. That's hit well. Out to right field. Back is Franmil. He can't get it. It's gone. Ryan McBroom has tied the game here in the 8th. And the lefty, Tim Hill, can't get the job done. Of course, we've seen that from so many lefties this year. The home run ball comes back to bite him, and the Royals have tied this game up at 1. Oh, man. He was a strike away from ending the inning. And McBroom, 3 hits on the day, goes Oppo Taco, home run. Unfortunate. So the only good thing now is there's 3 lefties coming up in the lineup. Ryan O'Hearn, 0 for 3. Still looking for that 3rd out here in the 8th. Tim Hill gets the blown save. It is now all tied again, 1-1. There's a ground ball. Harold Castro on the shift will throw it over. A little too late, though. That's a home run by McBroom. Now the Royals have countered in the 8th. So all tied again. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 1-1 now.
Your attention, please. They're
going to Scott Barlow. First time we've seen him in this series. He's got a 6.06 ERA, so a chance for some righties to come after him. Leading things off will be Matt Kemp. And it's Austin Nola and Cesar Hernandez.
The designated hitter, Matt.
They look to use Roberto Ozuna for the 9th inning anyhow. He's fully refreshed, and he should be ready to go, just in case. They don't want to take any chances. So we'll see if they can get the run back here for the Expos. Now 1-1, a pair of home runs. Mark Canha and Ryan McBroom counters in the top of the 8th. So here we go again. See if the Expos cannot wait until the 9th this time. The comeback kids of Quebec have done it so many times, you hate for them to do it again, but you love to see them do it. 1-1, swung on and missed. That slider down in the dirt. Tough to beat. Slider fastball, curveball, and two-seamer by Scott Barlow. You mentioned that 6.06 ERA this year, though. That's a liner out in the left. That'll be a good start. That's going to roll to the wall. Kemp going to take the turn and head for second. He's going to have himself a leadoff double here to begin the 8th. So a really good start now. He'll probably be pinch run for. And that's what they're going to do. They're definitely going to go to Jorge Bonifacio. He'll pinch run over at second. So the go-ahead run, ready to go. The batter, Austin Nola. The nice thing about having a double, they can avoid a double play, hopefully. Nola, ground ball. That's a fair ball. Down the left side and to the wall. That will score Bonifacio, and diving into second is Nola. It's an RBI double. The Expos have retaken a lead 2-1. Austin Nola, timely hitting for him. That was just fair down the left side and down by the pool area. Perfect hit for him. They'll trade places at second base. The batter will be Cesar Hernandez, and still threatening here. So they knock the starter Brady Singer out of the game. They go to Scott Barlow, and that bullpen implodes again. Swung and a miss by Hernandez, 0-1. Hernandez had that single in the 6th. That was his 1,000th career hit. Now let's get 1,001. Let's pile on some runs here in the 8th. Not wait until the very end this time. Fouled away, 0-2. Of course, that sets things up for Ozuna, at least with a 1-run lead going into the top of the 9th. Let's see if Hernandez can add to it. Still nobody out here in the 8th. That's going to be popped up, though, for the catcher Salvador Perez. He'll make the catch, and now 1 away. The crowd is going crazy out in Montreal. Batter Randy Rosareno for 3 day for him, but 4 for 8 in this series. We'd like to get it going against the new pitcher Barlow. We talked about that ERA. 2 strikeouts for Rosareno and grounded into a double play, and he hits him on the first pitch. So that's going to put first and second now with 1 out. I guess the only good thing about that is they're set up for a double play. The batter is Harold Castro, and for Castro, he's grounded into 3 ground outs today. And a double play back in the 6th, so this is what you want. Maybe that was on purpose. Ground ball on cue. Tough to turn 2 there. They're only going to go to 1, so it works like a sacrifice for Castro. A tough day for him, but he does get second and third with 2 outs now, and the batter will be Mark Canha. Mark Canha, who broke this scoreless tie, and it was 0-0 with a solo home run in the 7th, now maybe waking up. His 52nd home run of the year. Now it's a 2-1 game, and he can break it open right now. He's got 2 on, second and third, and 2 outs. Lays off down low with the slider, 1-0. So, pretty good finish. Thank God they didn't wait for the 9th inning this time. They're setting things up for Ozuna in the 9th. He's raring to go. A while since we saw him. 2-1 your ball game. The Expos have retaken the lead on an RBI double by Austin Nola. That's going to be a ground ball over to Mondesi. Throws over to first in time, and that's all they're going to get. They strand 2. So there it is. The Austin Nola RBI double down the third base line. Just did stay fair. And the Expos have retaken the lead. 2-1. They'll try to hold it in the 9th. Nick Heath will be the leadoff hitter. It'll be a tough one to face. Roberto Ozuna coming out of the pen. He's got 45 saves this year out of 49 opportunities. He'll look to build on that here. Pretty good year for him. An all-star year for Ozuna. Leading the league in saves. It's not going to be easy, though. Nick Heath is a perfect 2 for 2 with a single and a double, and he was intentionally walked last time to load the bases in the 6th when they got out of the jam. Fastball swung and a missed, 0-2. But Ozuna is not every pitcher. He has had amazing strikeout rates this year. And 0-2, he's got Heath and checks his swing, but he didn't go. 1-2, says the home plate umpire. One run will have to do. That's hit out to center field. Tough play for Rosarena coming in. He's got it. And one away here in the ninth. Ozuna leads by 2 saves. He'll go for 46 here if he can pull it off. Batter Kyle Isbell 0 for 3 today. Don't want to keep him off the bases. Ground out, a strikeout looking, and grounded into a double play last time. That ended the 6th. He had the bases loaded. So it worked out to perfection. 0-2. Lays off 1 and 2. Ozuna a third of the way there. 1-2 popped up. And it's Mark Cannon out number 2. We're down to the last out of the Royals if they want to avoid taking the series loss. They've lost the first 2 games of this 4-game series. And the batter, Michael A. Taylor, has yet to have a hit in this series. 0 for 9 and 0 for 3 today. 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Ozuna will try to shut the door here. First pitch fouled away, 0-1. Your division champs on a tear at home, and they're going to need it if they're going to have home field advantage. Not playing good baseball on the road, and they need them to come through big with every home game they have. So it's a test for the playoffs. Swing on, a missed 1 and 2. Of course, the test coming up, the Blue Jays coming to town, and then the Yankees. They did not fare well with the Blue Jays last time. Swing on and miss. Strikeout for Ozuna to finish it off. And the Expos have gone from losing 3 straight to the Yankees to winning 3 straight against the Royals. And they'll try to cap off a 4-game sweep of these Royals coming up next. 2-1 your finale. It took till the bottom of the 7th to get the first run, and Tim Hill will get the win. Good day for Ryan McBroom, 3 hits. And Mark Canha broke it open. There you see him in the 7th with that solo home run. It was a scoreless game until then, 1-0. McBroom answered the call and tied it up against Tim Hill in the 8th. And then Austin Nola drove in a run with an RBI double. That was your ball game, and Ozuna shut it down in the 9th. So better late than never. They get the job done. Ozuna, your player of the game. He shut the door. Nick Heath, 2 for 3. Ryan McBroom, 3 for 4. Single, double, and home run. He was just a triple shy of the cycle. So a good day for him. But it's good to see Mark Canha finally get his first hit of the series, albeit 1 for 4. But that home run was big in the 7th. So that's game 1 in the books for you. Roberto Ozuna gets his 46th save of the year. That's big as well. That leads the league. So while we have some time before we play game number 4, I do want to take a look at the kind of the awards kind of stuff too, and see where everybody is right now. The Most Valuable Player Award looking to beat Matt Chapman at the moment. He's the front runner according to their voting system. Mark Canha and Franmil Reyes behind that. Mark Canha now has 52 home runs, so actually maybe we should update this. And we'll go to the next day. So let's update this now for you and see what they think. Maybe the awards have changed. Nope, they're still saying Matt Chapman. So 288, 45 home runs, 116 RBIs. Matt Chapman has been the complete player this year. Of course, he's great on defense. The big reason why he has the lead in the Most Valuable Player candidacy. And Mark Canha is starting to falter a little bit on defense, but still playing good baseball. You see the numbers there. 52 home runs, 102 RBIs. Amazing stuff from him. And Franmil Reyes, of course, right in that talk as well. The Cy Young Award, and it's all 3 Expos, so somebody on this Expos staff is probably going to win the Cy Young. Cole Hamels, Tyler Glasnow, or Anibal Sanchez. You can take your choice of either one of the 3. They have been so good. Hey, you can throw Rick Porcello in that mix. He's now won 18. I mean, just saying. For the batting title right now, it's Donovan Solano. And 325 average. That leads the league over Willie Castro of the Tigers and Luis Garcia of the White Sox. So hoping He keeps that going. 325 average. That's really good. Reliever of the Year award. Hey, another Expo. Roberto Ozuna right now. Taylor Rogers. I don't know if he's related to Tyler or not. I don't think so. Roberto Ozuna, 46 saves. He has been the complete package as a closer this year. Rookie of the Year, we don't have any, so no reason for that there. The Hank Aaron Award in the American League going to look like Mike Trout. Gold Gloves, I don't think we're going to have anybody with a gold glove. Yeah, it's not looking like it. Mark Canha and Randy Arozarena in the running with center field. Of course, they list Mark Canha as a center fielder, so that's the reasoning for that. But Canha and Arozarena in the running. And Franmil Reyes is in the running for a gold glove. I don't know how. He is probably one of the worst fielders in the league. But not by fielding percentage. He just can't track a ball very well. So interesting that they have him in line for maybe a gold glove. Silver Slugger for DH. Matt Kemp in the running for that. Gary Sanchez in the running for catcher Silver Slugger. First base, nobody. Mark Canha, Arozarena in the outfield, of course. That is probably going to happen. They only pick one outfielder for a Silver Slugger award. Actually, they picked 3. Okay, so Canha, Reyes, Arozarena all in that running. So that makes sense. And we'll see how this plays out, but there you go. That'll keep you up to date with what's going on right now. We're at September 9th. And if I remember right, September 9th, I believe, is listed as Roberto Clemente Day, if I'm not mistaken, where some of the teams wear number 21 on their uniforms. Caleb Smith will face Michael Pineda in this one here as we wrap up this 4-game series. RJ the DJ with you. Thank you so much for joining me today on this Friday. Hope everybody's doing well, enjoying your Friday. Hope you enjoy your weekend. Like we said, we might be back tomorrow. It might be a later start tomorrow. Not sure. Sometimes it just depends on how we feel. I don't always feel like doing a Saturday. Sometimes I take the time off. Sometimes we do something on Saturday. Me and the wife will go out and do something. So like I said, we just do this for fun, but at least do it Monday through Friday for you. But rounding up this season, I mean, coming up in another week or so, that will be it. So here we go. Game number 4 with your division champs, the Montreal Expos. Labatt Park, our beautiful home. They're saying it's raining. It never rains there. I don't even know why they bother. Caleb Smith on the mound today, 10-5, 3.12 ERA. Will go up against Michael Pineda, who's been on the opposite side, 5-10. So we'll see how he fares today. But acquired from the Minnesota Twins, I believe that was the last place he was at. And we'll make a slew of changes for Game 4. Of course, Wellington Castillo will come in to catch. Maybe want to give Mark Canha the day off. I'm not too sure. Might just make him the DH, maybe. Nola will take the day off. Kemp will play in left field. And we'll leave Zach Collins in there, but for Nola, we'll throw maybe Chad Pinder in there somewhere. Or you know what? Sean Rodriguez. Yeah, that'll work. Sean Rodriguez. We'll give him... doesn't play third base well, so Donovan Solano will move over to third. And Sean Rodriguez will be in the lineup as the second baseman today. I don't think we need to make any other moves. Bonifacio for Arozarena. Nah, I don't need to do it. So I think that looks pretty good. I think we're ready to go for game number 4. Let's make sure the lineup is the way we want it. Castillo will go... Yeah, looks good. We're ready to go. All right. So let's set you up for game number 4 as we always do. Here we go.
Ce match vous est présenté par la brasserie O'Keeffe Limitée, brasseur des bières O'Keeffe, Raleigh et Carlsberg.
right, and here we go. Game number 4 of this 4-game series, and the Expos looking to sweep the Kansas City Royals. And for the Royals, bottom dwellers in the AL Central, we have swept them in their own home in Kansas City. So not surprising that the way it is. Caleb Smith on the mound today, 10-5. He'll oppose Michael Pineda, 3.12 ERA. He's been really good. He's kept them into games for the most part. 139 strikeouts in that 138 innings of work. He's limited the walks and hits. And he'll look to have another good outing today and try to cap off this 4-game sweep of the Royals. Royals in their dark blue uniforms. We'll start it off with Adalberto Mondesi, the shortstop. Let's take a look at their lineup today. Mejia moves from third base out to left field. Of course, he made some good plays out at third base in place of Dozier. Perez, the catcher. Salvador Perez. Hunter Dozier back in the lineup. He's at third base. Hanser Alberto is at second base. He's up the order a little bit. Ryan McBroom, who had that tying home run at the time being in the 8th inning. He's at first. Michael A. Taylor will be the center fielder. Bobby Witt Jr. in the lineup. He had a good series in game number 2. Yeah, he's the DH. And Kyle Isbell will move to right field today. So as they try to shake it up, Pineda against Caleb Smith. And here we go with the 4th game of this series. And we are underway from Labatt Park. Beautiful home. And fouled away. Clear skies. Beautiful day here in September. We wrap up this season very soon. Nice to have a good outing in this series. Fouled away down the left side by the pool area. Looks full down there. Fans having a good time as always. The 0-2 from Caleb Smith, and it's a... Whoa! That looked like a called strike 3. And Caleb Smith's barking with the umpires. Like, where is that going to be? That sure looked good. Instead, it's 1-2. I mean, that was completely in the zone on our pitch track. Swung on and missed. They'll get him anyways. Mondesi will go down swinging and took one more pitch for Caleb Smith. But one out here in the first strikeout for Caleb. The batter, Eric Mejia. He has some speed to his name. He's tied for 6th in the AL with 5 triples. He's got to be wary of his speed out there if he gets on. We'll see Salvador Perez on deck. He'll be up in the inning. Fouled away by Mejia, 0-2. Member of the Dodgers, apparently, in 2018 in their minor league system. Fired by the Royals. That's hit pretty well out to left field. Going back is Matt Kemp to the wall. He leaps. He can't get it. It's gone. He thought for sure he had it. And that is gone. Only the 2nd home run of the year for Eric Mejia. And the Royals out striking first here in the 1st inning. 1-0. So just a little lazy fly ball out to left field and just ran out of room, did Matt Kemp. Almost had a beat on it. He took a jump. That was Nola. He might have had a chance at it. Just could not corral it. He couldn't believe it. Batter will be Salvador Perez. It's now 1-0 already. Kansas City out in front. And Perez takes a strike, 0-1. 243 average, 23 home runs, 68 RBIs. So Salvador Perez has a home run to his name in this series. Fouls it away, 0-2. So already, Royals striking with the offense from the unlikeliest of people. Of course, a rebuilding team. They're looking for pieces that can help them get there. Still have some spark in that offense. It's not the offense you're used to. And they'll look to rebuild in the offseason, of course. Slider, fouled off by Perez, but the hole that what's his name? I completely forgot his name now. Soler, Jorge Soler. The hole that he left in that lineup is huge, and you can see it from top to bottom. Caleb Smith does get a strikeout on Salvador Perez, 2 away. 2 strikeouts for him. The batter will be Hunter Dozier. Yeah, the hole is huge. He was the main part of that offense. Light tower power. But the Royals said enough of the money makes too much, and we're going to cut some costs and try to figure out who can fill the void. Nick Heath doing a good job, though, out in right field. We will say that. Brian McBroom playing a good first base. It's popped up for Wellington Castillo starting today. He'll make the catch to end the inning. So it's 2 strikeouts for Caleb Smith, but he does give up a solo home run to Eric Mejia, only his 2nd home run of the year. Go to the bottom of the first, the Royals strike first, 1-0. For the Royals, they're going to rely on Michael Pineda, and he's been the backward part of Caleb Smith, 5-10, with a 3.26 ERA, 96 strikeouts. He has a ton of hits given up, 145 in those 157 innings of work. He'll look to go to work against a good Expo lineup that took him a little while to get in front. That was the 7th inning. He'll look to strike early in this one. Randy Rosarena, 281 hitter, 38 home runs, 82 RBIs. That average has dipped a bit. He's been struggling a little bit at the top of the order, but he does get some timely hits. And Pineda fires a fastball down low, 1-0. For these Royals, now 56-84. They're just falling further down the AL Central. Of course, that's led by the Chicago White Sox, and it's not really any race in the Central. That's going to get through for a base hit. Good start for the Expos. So Rosarena will be on first to begin. 1 on, nobody out. The batter will be Donovan Solano, and for Solano, he had a day off yesterday. He's playing at third base today. Marcana right behind. He's the DH today, so a little bit different lineup. For Solano, still leading the batting title, 325 this year. He's up by, I believe, 9 points over the next closest. Checks his swing, but he went 0-1. He's grounded into 13 double plays. Always a possibility that could happen. The Expos will need to figure something out if they want to limit the double plays. They might need to start doing more stealing, something to advance runners. Bunt plays. We'll see. 2-1 to Solano. Might get a good pitch to hit here. Michael Pineda. We'll see what kind of day he has. Ground ball, chance to turn 2. Talked about it. 6, 4, 3. They turn it. So another double play by the Royals, who races the bases. And up will be Marcana with nobody on. And 2 outs now. So something has to change to avoid those dreaded double plays. They need to start sacrificing more, something, to avoid those double plays, because they are really haunting them. Well, here's Marcana, a home run finally in this series. It came late in the ball game, bottom of the 7th, where it was a scoreless tie, 0-0. Canna has not had a hit against Pineda in his career, 0 for 6. So we're going to miss now 0-2 to Canna. Pineda looking for a scoreless first inning. The 0-2 lays off, 1-2, changeup. Another good crowd on tap. They are really happy to watch their division champions. First time we have said that in 40 years. Going back to 1981. We showed you that at the beginning of the stream. The clincher for the Expos in 1981. Of course, that season, they had won a division. And that's hit pretty well out to left center. That's going to split the gap. And for Canada, he's going to keep the inning alive and be on second with a double. Nice hitting from Mark Cannon. Now 2 hits in the series. And keep it alive for Franmil Reyes. Going back to 1981, the Expos had won a series, the division series, against the Phillies, and had advanced to the National League Championship Series. And of course, that was marred by Blue Monday. And we're talking about Rick Monday of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Beat out the Montreal Expos to advance to the World Series. The Expos thought they had a shot to win it, but it was a tough finish to their season in 1981. So they have never been to a World Series, and they'll try to right those wrongs this year. Good chance for this ball club to to make some noise in the playoffs. Of course, they'll need to play better on the road, and they'll also need to avoid those dreaded double plays. That has been their worst so far. Here's a ground ball to second base. That'll be Alberto, makes the play, and that ends the inning. So a pair of hits, but nothing doing against Michael Pineda. After one, the Royals still lead things here 1-0. 5, 6, and 7 for Kansas City will be Hanser Alberto, bumped up the lineup a bit, facing Caleb Smith, who gave up 2 strikeouts and a home run. But the Royals lead things right now 1-0. And change up in there for a strike, 0-1. We'll see Alberto, we'll see McBroom, and we'll see Michael A. Taylor, who's the center fielder today. So early stages, it's a home run for Eric Mejia, the unlikeliest of people, only his second home run here in September. 1-0 early. 1-2. Since game 1, we haven't seen a ton of offense. It was a 4-1 game. And then yesterday, the 3-2, or excuse me, the 2-1. Not your typical Labatt Park outing. Swung on and missed. They're going to get Alberto here. Third strikeout for Smith, now 1 away in the second. The batter Ryan McBroom, and for him, he tied that game up late in the game in the 8th, but it wasn't enough to get the job done. 3 for 4 yesterday. He was a triple shy of the cycle, and they're going to ask big things from him in this lineup. Righty facing the lefty, Caleb Smith, today, looking to do some damage. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Smith into his line and deals fouled away. We'll do it again at 0-2. On deck, Michael A. Taylor. They brought all the righties out of the lineup to face Smith, but not doing so well yet. Fourth strikeout for Smith, now 2 away in the second. He's got the strikeout pitch going, trying to settle in a bit. Gonna wait for his team to back him up, hopefully sooner than later. Michael A. Taylor hitting .213. He was the DH the last couple days. And takes a strike, 0-1. 10 home runs, 42 RBIs. Of course, originally with the Washington Nationals, who were once the Montreal Expos. So in the folklore, I keep saying folklore, Lord Folklore. In the folklore of the Expos, I guess that would make him technically an Expo? I don't know. He called strike 3, and that ends the inning. I think we have to just write off the Expos right at the Washington Nationals. And we go to the bottom of the second, 1-0. So we just write off those 17 years or so. Wellington Castillo, the hitter. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 for the Spos. The new Expos, your division champions. Begin the bottom of the second against Michael Pineda. Took him 14 pitches to get through the first. No problem for him, but did give up a pair of hits. And first pitch to Castillo down to third base line. That's Hunter Dozier back in the lineup and makes the play. 1 pitch, 1 away for Pineda.
Batting 6.
Defensively, there it is. Mejia, Taylor, and Isbell in the outfield. Dozier, Mondesi, Alberto, and McBroom. In the infield, Salvador Perez catches all 4 games for the pitcher Pineda. The batter will be Sean Rodriguez, and since coming back from AAA has had 3 home runs. Of course, mainly against lefty pitching, but still has a swing of the bat. .289 hitter, 11 home runs, 24 RBIs. He was not a bad hitter off the bench. There was just no more room when Austin Nola came back from injury and somebody had to go down. Now, since September call-ups, he's been able to come back. They've expanded the rosters to 28, and he was the recipient of a return back to the, at least on the bench, but in the lineup today, he's the second baseman. So good to see Sean Rodriguez hitting well. Waiting patiently for his turn. Of course, he's 35 years old. He swings and misses for the second out of the second. First strikeout for Pineda. And that'll bring Matt Kemp up to the plate. Kemp's got that average above 300, 302 still. 29 home runs, 1 for 2 with a double in the last game. Good series for him. He'll foul away the first pitch, 0-1. Just the exemplary kind of hitter that you'd like in your lineup. That's caught out in right field by Isbell to make the play. Robs Kemp of maybe a double. And we go to the top of the third. Royals still out in front right now. Pineda loving it, 1-0. The batter will be Bobby Witt Jr., and if we go back to when he first got called up, it was the first game of the second half. And Bobby Witt Jr. getting the call up in a 3-game series in Kansas City against these Expos, and his first hit came in an inside-the-park home run. Of course, that was kind of a blunder by Ryan Braun that began the whole debate over there. They took him out, they benched him after that game and demanded a trade, so opened up a whole can of worms. So thank you, Bobby Witt Jr. But without Bobby Witt Jr.'s inside-the-park home run off of Ryan Braun's glove, that would have not gotten us Harold Castro and Tarek Skubal. So, yes, you got to say thank you to Bobby Witt Jr. He flies out to Franmil Reyes 1 away. So thank you to Bobby Witt Jr. for getting us Harold Castro, because without Harold Castro, we wouldn't have had a walk-off home run yesterday to clinch the division. Of course, you see the standings there. Now 25 games in front of the Yankees. They have faltered in the series against the Blue Jays. And we're going to see those Blue Jays, still bottom dwellers in the AL East, but playing good ball at the moment. They will be coming to town next. And we're not sure if that game will be tomorrow or Monday, but we'll let you know. Most likely thinking Monday. I don't think we'll be playing tomorrow. We'll see, though. Batter Kyle Isbell, he'll pop up. Out to left field, that's Matt Kemp. And quickly 2 away for Caleb Smith, looking for a scoreless third.
Now batting, shortstop, Adalberto.
Batter will be Adalberto Mondesi, back to the top of the order. Second time around against Caleb Smith. 32 pitches with 2 outs in the third. He's good. The only blunder was the man on deck, Eric Mejia. He's got the only hit on the day so far for the Royals. So yet again, Royals less hits but more runs. 0-2. Caleb Smith can recover here. A nice bounce back inning. Up the middle, they're going to keep the inning alive on a base hit. And some wheels on the bases. And the batter will be Mejia. The second hit of the game for the Royals. Mondesi speedy down there. He may try to go. Caleb Smith will have to keep an eye on him. Really testing him over there. He's going to throw over to first just to check on him. Mondesi was looking to go there. Testing him. See what happens. First pitch to Mejia. Of course, he had the home run last time up. Solo shot, only his second of the year. Caleb throws a changeup in there. 0-2. Honestly, trying to mess with him a little bit over there at first base. Not looking to go, I don't believe. Fastball fouled away. 0-2. Hey, that's the name of the game. Try to mess with your pitcher while you're on the bases. Get him out of a groove. Fastball swung and a miss. They'll get the better of Mejia this time, and that ends the third. So a good inning of work from Caleb Smith. Just gives up a hit, leaves him stranded, and we go to the bottom of the third. The Expos will look to come back from that 1-0 deficit. The 8-9-1 for Montreal. Zach Collins will lead things off here. Michael Pineda, so far so good. 2 innings of solid work, 21 pitches. And fouled away on the first pitch, 0-1. Michael Pineda, 35 years old, still getting the job done. Joins the Royals from the Twins. And fastball, 93, 1-1. He features a slider, changeup, and 2 kinds of fastball, 4 and 2 seam. Swing and miss down the middle, 1-2. On deck is Cesar Hernandez, and it'll be back to Rosarena in the lineup here in the third. Ground ball over to McBroom. He'll fire it to Pineda, covering first, one away. So 3-1 if you're scoring at home.
Batting ninth.
Blue Jays for 3, and it'll be the Yankees in town. So the homestand will continue. 6 more games after this, but just not today. We'll be back on most likely Monday with the Blue Jays series. Batter Cesar Hernandez. Of course, he got his 1,000th career hit yesterday. 263, 20 home runs, 57 RBIs. Look to get that average up a little bit more. He has faltered in the second half. That is speared by Alberto. Takes away a base hit. And quickly 2 away. Looking for another scoreless is Pineda.
The center fielder.
The batter, Randy Arozarena. 1 for 1. He had a single back in the first to lead off the game. Fouls away the first one. 0-1. 33 hits in this series, this 4-game series, and 9 home runs. 7 of them came in game 1. Of course, the other 2, one yesterday by Canna. That broke the scoreless tie in the 7th. The other one, Harold Castro, the walk-off winner in game 2. Fouled away by Rosarena. That is not going to hit the pool area. Haven't had a splash landing in a while since the beginning of the series. Still stuck on 31 this year. 0-2 lays off, 1 and 2. On deck, Donovan Solano if Rosarena can extend the inning. It's only been 30 pitches from Pineda here in the 3rd. He is pitching well. That's hit pretty well, though, out the left field. Maybe a splash landing. It's hooking foul. That's over everything out there. We got to check and see if that didn't hit the fountain way out there. That was a long foul ball. Let's take a look here. Let's follow the ball and see where it landed. Maybe a splash landing here. Sure is. That landed, actually, yeah. Sure did. Out there in the Lazy River. That's the first Lazy River splash landing we've had this year. So we just talked about it. And now 32. It seems like on cue every time I want to say something. It happens on cue. Unbelievable. Hey, let's win. Hey, let's hit a home run to Rosarena. 1 and 2. If I call that, oh my lord. 1-2. That's a screaming liner, though. That'll get the job done. That'll split the gap in right center. Rosarena will take a turn and head for 2. And he's in there with a double, single double day for Rosarena. 2 for 2. He needed that at the top of the order. Extends the inning. The batter will be Solano. A chance to drive him in here, maybe tie the game. He grounded into a double play last time back in the 1st. Swings and misses here, 0-1. Want to knock Pineda off of his pedestal at the moment. Bottom of the 3rd, the Royals still lead things here 1-0. The Expos threatening with the Rosarena. Good speed on the bases. There's a base hit out to left field, just past the glove of Mondesi. And here comes a Rosarena to score. It's an RBI single for Solano. Hey, it kind of worked that way. I said, hey, let's get the win. Solano answers the call. RBI single. It's now 1-1. Just missed by Mondesi. Tried before it got out to left field. The batter will be Mark Canna. He's got a double to his name. 1 for 1. Only 2 hits in this series. They've come in the last few days. Ground ball. Doesn't get far enough away from Salvador Perez. And Solano will stay put over at first. So 2 out hitting. And we've got our first run. 1-1. It's all tied again. Inside 2-0. Maybe breaking through now to Michael Pineda, who was in a groove. Now 36 pitches. 2-0 lays off, now 3-0. On deck, of course, Franmil Reyes, always hitting behind Mark Canna. Really provides the boost. 3-0 here, Canna. Fouls away, 3-1. That hit the third base coach. Careful down there. Looks to be okay. Canna finally seeing the ball here at home. Inside, it's ball 4. Almost hit him. So now, Pineda has extended the game even further here in the third. The batter, Franmil Reyes, now he's got 2 on, first and second, with still 2 outs. They've gotten so many hits and runs with 2 outs this year. Looking to break it open now. 1-1 your ball game, but threatening here in the third. Franmil will take inside, 1-0. Reyes has 1 hit off of Pineda and 5 strikeouts, 1 for 11. 1-0, that's popped up, and they're going to get out of it with just the runs scored. Salvador Perez makes the catch in foul territory and strands 2. But Donovan Solano does tie the ball game up, an RBI single, and at least for the time being, the Expos on the board, 1-1. So hanging with the Royals. And the batter will be Salvador Perez to lead things off, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Caleb Smith, 3 good innings so far, comes back out for the 4th, and here's his 40th pitch. Changeup's in there for a strike, 0-1. So far, he's only given up the home run to Eric Mejia, and it's a 1-1 game at the moment. Smith will try to go as long as needed. Out to right field, that's Franmil Reyes. Under it, and makes the catch. So retires a good Salvador Perez hitter, and the batter will be Hunter Dozier.
The batter, the third baseman.
Both pitchers today, Pineda and Smith, have thrown a top out in 94. And so far, even here. Both have given up a run, 1-1 your ball game. Hunter Dozier 0 for 1. He popped out to the catcher last time. And ground ball, diving is Sean Rodriguez. He's not going to be able to recover. Not in time. Dozier will reach. It's ruled a base hit. Tough play for Sean Rodriguez. He kept it in the infield, but nothing doing. The batter will be Hanser Alberto. Good hitter against left-handed pitching. He'll try to take advantage here. For Smith, you want a double play. There's diving Donovan Solano. 5-4-3 double play. Nice job by Donovan Solano, not normally a third baseman, normally at second, makes a diving stab at it and starts the 5-4-3 double play around the horn. Nice job. That ends the inning. And another good inning of work for Caleb Smith. He goes scoreless. So it's bottom of the 4th, 5, 6, and 7. Wellington Castillo will lead things off as they try to build on the run they scored in the 3rd and try to break through on Michael Pineda. Still pretty much in a groove. 41 pitches through the first 3 innings, and swing and miss on the first one, 0-1. Castillo, he had himself a home run in game 1 of the series. He's the catcher today, swings and misses, 0-2. Actually, in fact, he had 2 home runs in that game. Swings and misses here, though. He goes down quickly. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and second strikeout for Pineda.
The batter, number 1, second baseman.
The batter will be Sean Rodriguez. He struck out last time up. We'll make him 0 for 1. Swings and misses, 0-1. 1-1 your ball game so far, all even right now. Fouled away quickly, 0-2. Pineda working fast, like he's double parked. As we talked about Sean Rodriguez, the last 5 games, he's had 3 home runs since returning from AAA. He swings and misses. It's another strikeout for Pineda here in the inning. Make it back-to-back. And it's now 3.
The batter, the left fielder.
Moving along, Matt Kemp, the hitter. Matt Kemp, he lined to right field last time up, make him 0 for 1. Quickly 2 outs in the inning. Here's Kemp! Left field on the first pitch he sees, and gone! They've broken it open. It's now 2-1. Matt Kemp make that 30 home runs on the year for him. What a season he is putting up. Age is just a number. Matt Kemp, 30 home runs. He's got him out in front now, 2-1. The Bison getting the job done. A little bit of two-out hitting yet again. Pineda was in a groove, struck out the first two. Not so fast, said Matt Kemp. And gone out to left. So it's now 2-1. Broken the tie. Here in the fourth, the batter will be Zach Collins, and he's got a fly ball out to right center. That's going to stay in the yard. It'll be for Michael A. Taylor, and makes the catch to retire the side. But Matt Kemp breaks our 1-1 tie right now. Here after 4, 2-1. Kemp has done it so many times this year. Probably one of the most underrated players this year for this Expos lineup. Ryan McBroom will lead things off here, 6, 7, and 8. Here in the fifth, now Caleb Smith with a lead. He'll go to work with it. He's had 43 pitches through the first 4 innings, so looking good for maybe 6 innings of work. We'll see how he does here in the fifth against a tough McBroom. Strikeout today, but 3 for 4 yesterday, and looks at a ball, 1-1. We'll see Michael A. Taylor, and we'll see Bobby Witt Jr. here in the fifth. Go up against Caleb Smith. Curveball, and fouled away, 1-2. Gotta be careful how you place that against McBroom. He can go yard to left field. Here's the 1-2. Called strike 3 in the corner. Got him. And that's now the 7th strikeout on the day for Caleb Smith. He's in a groove now. The batter, Michael A. Taylor. He's the center fielder today, 0 for 1. A strikeout back in the second, 1 of 7 for Caleb Smith on the day. Fly ball out to right. Bramill's not going to catch it. That'll go out of play. And 0-1. So, 5th inning so far so good, nearing the midway point of this ball game. Expos looking for the 4-game sweep. That's up the middle. That's going to get through. A diving Sean Rodriguez can't pick it up. And roll out to center field. 1 out, 1 on for Michael A. Taylor. The batter will be Bobby Witt Jr. He flew out to right field last time up. Let's see if Taylor looks to go here. He's on first. Caleb watching him. And a strike, 0-1. Bobby Witt Jr., the prize prospect of the Royals organization. Of course, we talked about his first major league hit this year came off of the Expos in the second half. 0-1 here, runner going. Here's a throw from Castillo down there, not in time. And Michael A. Taylor steals it. That's his 9th. Didn't look to have a big lead, but he got going. He's a tall boy, so he muscles in there. Got his hands in there. Just in time. So now, runner in scoring position with 1 out. A chance to tie this ball game back up for Bobby Witt Jr. Swings and misses, 1-2. Caleb Smith looking for win number 11 this year. They haven't come easy for him here in the second half. Now 2-2. Out to right field. That's going to get through. And scoring is Michael A. Taylor. It's going to be a double for Bobby Witt Jr. We're all tied again. The RBI double. Timely hitting for the Royals, and back even again, 2-2, and still threatening here. Just down the right field line. Franmil had no chance. The batter, Kyle Isbell, 0 for 1, having a little bit of a rough series. But he has a chance here to drive Bobby Witt Jr. out there at second base. So all even yet again. Royals struck first with the Mejia home run in the first inning. The Expos countered with 1 in the third. That was an RBI double. And got a run back in the fourth. That was on the Kemp home run, and now countered in the fifth. Have the Royals to tie it back up 2-2. Since game 1, it's been very close, just by a couple runs. Game 1 was a blowout. Game 2 and 3 have been all within 2 runs. Isbell, 2-2, fouls it away. 1 out here in the fifth, but still threatening. Running that pitch count on Caleb Smith. Now the 60th coming. That's a called strike 3. He'll get Isbell. That is his 8th strikeout on the day. Now 2 away as he tries to keep it a tie ball game. The batter, Adalberto Mondesi, a strikeout and single for his tally today. Make him 1 for 2. Fastball is in there. 0-1. On second, Bobby Witt Jr. Called strike 0-2. He'll try to get out of it here in the 5th. And that pitch count up might be his last inning of work. Swing and a miss. They get Mondesi. A good outing for Caleb Smith, but he does give up a run thanks to Bobby Witt Jr. An RBI double, and the Royals back in business. 2-2. So bottom of the 5th we go, and I need to look for somebody to pitch the 6th. Probably thinking a lefty maybe this time around. Hopefully that doesn't come back to burn us. We're going to take a chance with Sam Freeman, looks like. Hopefully that doesn't come back to burn us. Lefties have been terrible this year. And we'll see. Bottom of the 5th we go. Pineda, 49 pitches. Here's his 50th. Coming here in the 5th inning. And he's working with a 2-2 game. There's a fly ball out to right field. That'll be Isbell's ball. And makes it 1 out here in the 5th.
Now batting.
Batter will be a Rosarena. A perfect 2-for-2 day. A double and a single. We'll look to build on it here. He had the double in the 3rd that set up the RBI from man on deck, Donovan Solano. See Solano on deck. Good to see a Rosarena swinging a good bat yet again. He's down 0-2. Fouls it away. 1 out here in the 5th. All even again. 2-2. Swung on and missed. Rosarena will go down swinging. Now 2 outs here in the 5th. That's the 4th strikeout for Pineda. It'll be up to Donovan Solano if they want to keep the inning alive. Of course, their 2 runs today have come in with 2 outs. So no reason not to do the same here. Ground ball to 3rd. And that's Hunter Dozier and makes the play. Good inning of work. Bounce back for Michael Pineda. A scoreless 5th. They go down 1-2-3 and through 5. 2-2. All even still. Eric Mejia will lead things off. The pitcher is going to be Sam Freeman. And looks like they're going to have Austin Adams warming up. They're going to take a chance with Sam Freeman, who's not been good in this second half. Recently called back up from AAA. Of course, you see that 4.15 ERA. We'll see if he can hold the door in a 2-2 ball game. Taking a chance with him. He's given up quite a few home runs here in the second half. And this man has one today. Mejia, 1 for 2. Only his 2nd home run of the year. And looks at the ball, 1-0. So Expos throwing some lefties out there in hopes that they can recover. Now that the division crown has been crowned, they can afford to make some different moves than they normally would and test some things out for the playoffs. Of course, the idea is to use Caleb Smith in the bullpen. Hey, a called strike 3 on Mejia. 2 strikeouts on the day for him. And Sam Freeman, a much-needed strikeout to begin the 7th inning, or 6th inning, excuse me. The batter, Salvador Perez, 0 for 2. Fastball inside, 1-0. Strikeout and a flyout day. He's only had 1 hit in this series, 1 for 13. That was the home run in Game 2. Swinging and missed, 1-1. If you're just joining us, this is Game 4 of a 4-game series with these Royals. We split 4 games up into 2 parts. Yesterday, 2 games, and today, 2 games. This will be the last one for us today. Out in the right field, base hit, Salvador Perez. Make that his 2nd hit of the series. And 1 on, 1 out. So they clinched the division yesterday. They're division champions in the American League East. We replaced the Baltimore Orioles, and they have clinched the title. We're in the month of September, September 9th, I believe. So getting very close to the very end of the season. Batter Hunter Dozier takes a ball, 1-0. Single back for him in the 4th. 3 for 9 in this series. 1-0 from Freeman, 2-0. take a look and see. Alberto's on deck, and we may want to go to a righty if the inning continues. Look for a ground ball here. 2-1 to Dozier. Turn that double play. If not, they'll go to a righty. That'll be Austin Adams. Ground ball on cue, but do they have enough time? 5, 4, 3. They pull off the double play. Solano booted it over at third base, but enough time to recover and start the 5-4-3 double play around the horn. Boy, those double plays have come key in this series. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. A good inning of relief for Sam Freeman, and still tied at 2. 7th inning duties will fall upon Austin Adams, it looks like. And let him stay in there. So he'll come out for the 7th. Here we go, heart of the order, bottom of the 6th. Michael Pineda still out there, 54 pitches. The pitch count is there, as whether or not he can stay in this game. First pitch to Mark Canha. 1 for 1, of course, with a home run. Or, excuse me, with a double. Home run in game 3. Seeing the ball a lot better than he did at the beginning of this series. Finally getting his first couple of hits. He leads it off. On deck is Franmil Reyes, and then Wellington Castillo, the catcher. Fouls it away. 1-2. Not sure why nothing's popping up on the screen. We just have the logos right now. Oh well. Takes low, 2-2. Of course, Mark Canha has come through so many times this year. We'd like him to break open this 2-2 game. He broke open a scoreless 7th inning in last game we played. And he strikes out here. So 1 out here in the 6th, 5th strikeout for Pineda. The batter will be Franmil Reyes. And he's 0 for 2. Not sure what's going on with the scoreboards. They're just leaving the logos on right now. Must be kind of error going on. Hit out well to right field. Is that going to have enough? On the warning track is Kyle Isbell and makes the catch. Almost an opposite field home run for Franmil Reyes. Just got under it a little too much. And 2 outs here in the 6th. The batter will be Wellington Castillo. For Pineda looking for a scoreless 6. There's the scoreboards. Now we're good. Ground out and strikeout day for Castillo. Of course, the backup catcher to Gary Sanchez. And fouls away 0-1. So, of course, no slouch to hitting. He's got 15 home runs this year, or maybe 16 actually. 2 home runs in that game 1 as a DH. 1-1. So looking for the 4-game sweep if they can break open this 2-2 tie. And it'll be the Toronto Blue Jays coming to town next. That's hit well by Castillo, maybe on cue. To the wall, it is gone! Wellington Castillo does it again, make that 18 on the year. I've lost count, he's hit so many now. And he's the backup catcher, part-time DH. Homers to left, breaks open this game right now in the 6th, 3-2. A man who is sitting in AAA for the Washington Nationals got traded over and got the call to be the backup catcher and has ran away with it. Almost splitting his time now with Gary Sanchez. They've both been offensively outburst catchers. A good lineup. The batter will be Sean Rodriguez. He struck out twice today, 0 for 2. And 2 outs here in the 6th. They've got all 3 of their runs on 2 outs. Pineda was an out away from getting out of it. Yet again. Bullpen stirring. It's the fireballer Josh Staumont and Tyler Zuber, a pair of righties down there. Maybe nearing the end for Pineda. He's been good. But the long ball is starting to get to him. Now 2 home runs. Matt Kemp and Wellington Castillo today. Swung on and missed. They're going to get Rodriguez for a 3rd straight time. 3 strikeout day. That ends the inning, but Wellington Castillo opens it back up yet again. 3-2 as we go to the 7th. The lead back intact. Hansel Alberto will lead things off. It's 5, 6, and 7. Of course, he is good against lefties, so they're going to a righty out of the pen. It'll be Austin Adams. Good season on tap for him. He's really limited the damage against equally lefty and righty. You see that 135 batting average, 142 ERA. He'll try to hold the door. You'll probably see Tyler Rogers for the 8th. And if things hold, Roberto Ozuna for the 9th, who got his 46th save of the year in the last game. That nice little comeback in the 8th inning. So 5, 6, and 7, we'll see McBroom, and we'll see Michael A. Taylor here in the 7th, the bottom half of the order. Austin Adams 0-2, looking for the punch out here. 1 and 2 down low. So again, if you're just joining us, this is game 4 of a 4-game series with the Royals. That'll do it for us today. We'll be back with you most likely on Monday. We'll do Monday through Friday streams. Ground ball to Zach Collins and make the play 1 away. Thought about maybe doing a Saturday. Don't think we probably will. Probably take the time off. Do some stuff around the house. Enjoy life a little bit. You know, we just do this for fun. So we don't want to put all of our time into it, especially with the playoffs coming up. We get burned out a little bit. We'll be probably back on Monday with you. We'll definitely be back on Monday. Ryan McBroom, the hitter, 2 strikeout day. Strikeout swinging and looking. Takes a look at 1-0-1 from Austin Adams. So 3-2, he'd like more than a run, but the run will do for now. No lead is ever safe at Labatt Park. It is home run central. I keep saying it, we'd love to see a home run derby here one day in an all-star game. Maybe someday. 1 and 2. Doesn't get the call down low. 2 and 2. Blue has been shortening that strike zone on the inside corner all game long. We saw that with Caleb Smith. Popped up. Right field coming in is Franmil Reyes. And he'll make the catch out number 2 here in the 7th.
The batter, the center fielder, Michael.
So 2 away, the batter will be Michael A. Taylor, 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored on the day. Adams looking to complete a perfect 7th inning. And send it further down the line in the bullpen. Of course, we said Tyler Rogers will most likely get the 8th and Ozuna the 9th. Ground ball right in front of the plate. That's Wellington Castillo's ball, and he gets it 2-3 to end the inning. So it's time to stretch. We'll take a quick commercial break. We'll be back in 60, but the Expos right now in front 3-2. We'll be right back.
Your attention, please.
All right, RJ DJ back with you live on Twitch from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Labatt Park, of course, our beautiful home. Your division champion, Montreal Expos, who clinched yesterday, taking on the Royals. They've taken the first 3 games, looking to finish off a perfect 4-game sweep of the Royals. And going back to the away series, they swept them on the road. So looking for a perfect 7-0 against the Royals this season. And so far, so good. There was a home run for Mejia and RBIs from Bobby Witt Jr. They got the Royals on the board. Those are their 2 runs for the day. And helping out for the Expos, Kemp and Castillo home runs and an RBI from Donovan Solano. That's been the difference so far. 2 runs on 6 hits, no errors for the Royals. 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors for the Expos. And the Expos trying to keep it a 1-run deficit. They'll throw their fireballer out, Josh Staumont. Fireball, he can throw 102 miles an hour, but he has control issues, as we saw in the beginning of this series and going back to that road series against the Royals. He does walk quite a few. Leading off will be Matt Kemp, 7, 8, and 9 in the order for the Expos, and we'll look to get Tyler Rogers warmed up and ready to go. He'll have 8th inning duties as you try to keep it a one-run game. And for the Expos offense, they'll try to get some insurance runs here because, as we mentioned, no lead is ever safe. Curveball to Matt Kemp, who's got a home run to his name. Fouls it away, 0-1. That was his 30th of the year back in the 4th inning. That broke open a 1-1 tie. 1-1. You see that 102 on the radar gun. There's 2 kind of fastballs and a curveball. Curveball at 84, a complete difference from 102. Imagine going down a highway, you see somebody going 102 miles an hour and you see somebody going 82. It's a complete blur of a difference. Swung on and missed. Matt Kemp goes down swing. Of course, both of them are speeding, but one is speeding a lot faster. So Staumont with the strikeout to begin the bottom of the 7th. The batter will be Zach Collins. A ground out and fly out kind of day for him. One away here in the 7th. On deck will be Cesar Hernandez, bottom of the order. Swing and miss by Collins, 0-1. Can't find it right now from Staumont. He's found some control. Not all over the place to begin. Inside, but Collins chases, jammed him. 0-2. He's got to show a little more patience here with Staumont, knowing his track record. 0-2. Lays off on that one outside, 1-2. Down by a run, can the Royals hang tough with the Expos bullpen? Swung on and missed. Collins was way behind on that fastball. No chance to catch up. And back-to-back strikeouts for Staumont to begin the 7th. The batter will be Cesar Hernandez, 0-for-2 day. Line out and a flyout. So sitting on 1,000 career hits, he'd like 1,001. Fouled away, 0-1. Of course, he's also sitting on 20 home runs this year. What has been a very good year for Hernandez has dipped later as we go along in the month of September. You hope that he can recover enough for the playoffs. He's played a good shortstop this year, normally a second baseman. But he has provided the defense and the offense for this Expo lineup. Down 0-2 here, though. And 2 outs. Fouls it away to stay alive. Staumont looking for a scoreless 7th inning, keep his ball club in it. While they wait to try to come back. 0-2, fouled away. On deck, Randy Arozarena. Top of the order if they can reach. Here's the 0-2, Staumont inside, can't chase. Gonna back out of it. Thankfully, that wasn't a fastball at him. That could have took his head off. There's the 1-2. Inside again, he's got to back out. That curveball is looking to hit Cesar Hernandez, the switch-hitting left-hander today. No chance. 2-2. Of course, we mentioned it. All their hits have come with 2 outs. Chance to add on here. Why not? Do a little more 2-out hitting. Fouled away. It's still 2-2. Hernandez hanging tough with Staumont. I wouldn't want to get hit either. Lays off, it's full, 3-2. Doesn't get the call outside. Of course, we've been talking about that. No payoff pitch here in bottom of the 7th. Staumont, fly ball. That's towards the pool area, but that's going to fall short. Of course, we did have a splash landing. That was in the Lazy River just a little while ago, so that we'll update that board after the series. 32 now splash landings. And here's the 3-2. Down the middle, that's going to be a base hit out to left field. So the inning will continue. As we talked about, 2-out hits have been key in this game today. That's part of their big lead. I would say big, 3-2. Why they're out in front. So it turns the lineup over. The batter, Randy Arozarena. Good speed on the bases at the moment. See if they can continue some 2-out hitting. A good day for Arozarena. Single and double, 2 for 3. Way up high with that fastball at 102. Comes at you at a blur. He is going to kill somebody if he's not careful. Gotta learn some control. 1-0 down low and inside. 2-0. So as we talked about, he gives up a fair share of walks. And as well, once he starts getting out of control, he's already thrown 20 pitches in this inning. They're going to let him burn himself, I think, here in the 7th. 2-1. Let him beat you into the ground. Fouled away by Rosarena, now 2-2. You see it there, 7 balls, 15 strikes, 22 pitches. It's not good if you're a reliever, if you're trying to pitch into an inning. You don't want to throw more than 15, maybe? Even that's asking for a lot. Gotta be lights out if you're a reliever. You get 1 inning, that's your job. 2-2 gets the strikeout, though, on a Rosarena. They'll throw to first, and in time. So 2 strikeouts for a Rosarena to go with those 2 hits. And believe it or not, a scoreless inning for Josh Stallman, although he was not good. We go to the top of the 8th, 3-2. The Expos still out in front. They'll try to hold on here. 8, 9, and 1 in their order. Bobby Witt Jr. will lead things off. He'll face the Submariner Tyler Rogers out of that pen, a good member of the pen, trying to set it up for Roberto Ozuna. 21 saves. That was as a member of the San Francisco Giants. He only got 1 save as a member of the Expos. So as they tried to bulk up their bullpen, they pulled a closer from the Giants in a trade. That also brought Donovan Solano. So that was a well-placed trade by the Expos. The attendance 44,662, just shy of a 45,000 sellout again. Nice to see a good crowd on tap for your division-winning Montreal Expos. We talked about it the last time the Expos had won a division. Of course, they've been out of baseball for quite a while now. But the last time they had won a division was 1981. That was their first and only division title. Ground ball to second base. Sean Rodriguez got it. He makes the play. No! The ball is dropped by Collins. That's unfortunate. That's an E4 on Sean Rodriguez. The throw is low. Of course, he's not normally the second baseman. It's usually Solano. Solano playing third today. Sean Rodriguez, a miscue there to begin the inning, and that's costly. That puts a runner on with good speed here in the 8th. The batter, Kyle Isbell, 0 for 2. Curveball like a balloon gets the called strike, 67 miles an hour. That is batting practice, folks. It's hard to chase. Of course, that fastball, you see it there, it doesn't top out more than maybe 85, 84. He's got a sinker that may pitch faster than the fastball. Still mid-80s. Ground ball, a chance to turn 2 if they hurry. Rodriguez will shovel it over. They'll get the lead runner, but they don't get the run at first. So Isbell will be aboard on the force out. They do get an out. At least the lead runner, Bobby Witt Jr., but they trade speed for speed over there at first base. The batter back to the top of the order. It's Adalberto Mondesi. 1 for 3 with a single. Now, with 1 out, they have a chance to turn 2 to end the inning. That would be ideal. But it's going to take a very fast double play. Speed coming up to bat here in Mondesi, and speed on the bases in Isbell. Nothing's ever done easy, and there goes the runner. Here's the throw by Castillo. It's on the money. He got him. Nice play by Wellington Castillo on the money to get the speedy Kyle Isbell. Now there's 2 away. What a job by Castillo. It takes away the tying run on the bases. That would have been key for the Royals if they had pulled that off. They would have been a runner in scoring position now. 0-2 here to Mondesi. They'll try to finish off the inning. 1 and 2. So Wellington Castillo doing it with the bat and the arm as a backup catcher to Gary Sanchez, who has the day off today. They wanted to test the arm of Castillo. They got a stolen base earlier in the game, but Castillo on the money at the key moment of this ball game. Now 2 and 2 to Mondesi. Try to punch him out here. That's up the middle, and that would have scored a run had the stolen base came up. And here he is going for second. Here's the throw in, not in time. Mondesi's got a double. The inning stays alive, but more importantly, that would have scored a run had that stolen base counted. So the inning will continue. Eric Mejia is the hitter. They're going to warm up Ozuna now. He may have to be asked to get 4 outs. See if Rogers can finish off the 8th here without that tying run coming in. All more important now. 0-1. Baseball is a funny game, and you never know what's going to happen. Runner's going for third. They're going to test Castillo again this time. He's in there. Mondesi steals third. Now the tying run is only 90 feet away. And at this rate, try to steal home. Castillo from his knees couldn't get that one in time. So it's 1-1 to Eric Mejia, and Mejia's got a home run on the day way back in the first. Rogers, foul ball, 1-2. He's a strike away from getting out of this. See what he can do here. Runner on third, 2 outs, popped up. Castillo's going to take it himself. He's been busy this inning. He makes the catch, and they strand the runner at third. Good inning of work for Tyler Rogers, even better for Wellington Castillo, who saved the run with the caught stealing at second and makes the play to end the inning. And Mejia throws the bat in disgust. It's 3-2 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Tyler Zuber coming in, and for Tyler Zuber, he gave up that walk-off home run in Game 2 to Harold Castro, who's on the bench. That was the division-clinching winner, walk-off home run. The batter will be Donovan Solano here to lead off. In the bottom of the 8th, they're up by a run still, 3-2. They'd like to tack on maybe one more to help out Roberto Ozuna for the 9th inning. So a good game. This has been a good series, but it's been all Expos. Try to cap it off here. Solano swings. A little check swing, but they're going to say he went. 0-2. On deck is Mark Canha having a good day. And then Franmil Reyes we'll see in the 8th inning. So the power coming up. Swing and miss by Solano. Down in the dirt. Zuber's going to get him here. Strikeout for him. It's a strikeout 2-3 putout by Salvador Perez. So 1 away. Canha a double and a walk on the day. Make him 1 for 2. See if he can put some icing on the cake. There's a fly ball out to left center. That's going to split the gap. That may do even more. That's off the wall. Just missed a home run for Mark Canha. That would have been 53 on the year. Instead, he's got his 20th double of the year. And that will help out the cause. 1 on, 1 out. The batter will be Franmil Reyes, and a runner in scoring position. Maybe a chance to get another run on the board. 3-2 your ball game for the time being, but Franmil Reyes 0 for 3 will try to drive one in. Bullpen going again. Jesse Hahn and Scott Barlow, who we just saw in Game 3. Of course, we talked about Zuber. He gave up that walk-off home run, that 3-run home run to Harold Castro. Inside 2-0. Wouldn't be surprised if Harold Castro came off the bench at some point if this inning continues. Of course, you have Wellington Castillo on deck, who has a home run. Lays off, it's 3-0 to Franmil. And be very careful with Wellington Castillo, having a good day with the arm and with the bat. 3-0 here to Franmil. We'll see what happens. Down low and a 4-pitch walk to Franmil Reyes. If he's aboard, going to go with a pinch runner for Franmil. Mark Canha runs pretty well at second base, but they want more speed out there. Jorge Bonifacio will enter in the game in the outfield for Franmil, and he'll take over as a pinch runner.
Number 57.
Good speed on the base is the batter, Wellington Castillo. Last time up, that solo home run back in the 6th. As they look to pile it on now. They want more than just a run for Roberto Ozuna to close out in the 9th. Want to make it more comfortable for him, although he can get the job done. That is hit out to center field. That may fall. They got to wait and see. That's going to fall for a base hit. So now the bases are loaded. Wellington Castillo, a bloop single. He held the runners up because they had to make sure it wasn't going to be caught, and they would have had to get back. Sean Rodriguez is the scheduled hitter, but hey, look at this. Harold Castro is going to come in and pinch hit. Another opportunity for him to face Zimmer. Or Zuber, I mean. Zimmer. So here is the situation again. Bases are loaded, 1 out. Castro, last time he faced Zuber, a 3-run walk-off home run. Takes a strike, 0-1. Some kind of situation here. Let's see if Zuber can get the better of Castro. They're a double play away from getting out of the inning. Low, 1-1. Castro has grounded into 12 double plays. Here's the situation. Wellington Castillo on first. Bonifacio on second. He's pinch running for Franmil Reyes. And Mark Canha on third. Bases are juiced. Nowhere to put them. 1-1. Down low, fouled away. Now 1-2. The on-deck hitter is Matt Kemp. And Kemp has a home run on the day as well. Here's the 1-2. Lays off. Good take. 2-2. You always walk in a run. So a good chance to break it open right now. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed. This time Zuber gets the better of Castro. Gets the strikeout here. Now an out away from stranding. The bases loaded. Batter is Matt Kemp. Solo home run back in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 3. He can do damage. He's got 30 home runs this year. At that average above 300. Still proving to be worthy even at age 36. That's up the middle. That is caught by Alberto, and that ends the inning. They strand the bases loaded. They take away a base hit and a few runs. Tyler Zuber somehow gets out of it with nothing scoring, and we go to the 9th. Jorge Bonifacio, as we mentioned, takes over for Franmil Reyes in the outfield. Harold Castro is the new second baseman. And most likely we'll do one more change out in left field. Matt Kemp will come out of the game, and that'll be Austin Nola playing out in left field defensively as they try to hold on to this game. The pitcher coming in will be Roberto Ozuna, looking for save number 47 on the year. 46 out of 50 tries. It's a 1-run game, 3-2 as we go to the 9th. The strikeout rating has been amazing, 135 for Roberto Ozuna. He'll face the heart of the order for the Royals. Leading things off, it's Salvador Perez. A 1-for-3 day for him. He singled last time up in the 6th. So it won't be easy. He'll face Hunter Dozier, and then he'll face Alberto. Doesn't get the call down low. 2-0 to Perez. You can ill afford to put somebody on base. We're going to miss 2-1. Keep the bases empty. If you give up a home run, it only ties the game. Fouled away, 2-2. Or go for 3 punch-outs. That'd be nice. 2-2 here to Salvador Perez. To begin the 9th, it's a called strike 3. Ozuna's a third of the way done. You see they're leading the league in saves. Going for 47. 1 out here in the 9th, the batter Hunter Dozier, 1-for-3 with a single. This would cap off a 4-game sweep of the Royals if they can pull it off. And going back overall this year, 0-2 on the cutter, nice call. It would be a perfect 7-0. And Dozier plays spoiler. Swung on and missed, back-to-back strikeouts to begin the 9th. A perfect start for Ozuna. One more to go. 2 outs. 2 big outs. Salvador Perez and Hunter Dozier. Probably their biggest bats right now. The batter is Hansel Alberto, 0 for 3. He struck out. He's grounded into a double play and an unassisted ground out as well. Down to their last out are the Royals. The ball down low, 1-0. Hansel Alberto much better against left-handed hitting. He was in there against the starter Caleb Smith. I'm surprised they haven't pinch hit for him here against Ozuna. Popped up. That is in foul territory. Donovan Solano says he's got it. The Expos have swept the Royals in 4 games. Not bad splitting this 4-game series up into 2 parts, because it made for a good 2 days of baseball. And the Expos, your division champion, Montreal Expos, have swept the Kansas City Royals. Nice to come off of that 3-game skid against the Yankees and take 4 against the Royals. They have swept them in all 7 games this year. It ended up being a close battle. Ended up being a 3-2 victory late in the game thanks to a Matt Kemp home run. Wellington Castillo, there you see him there, gets in on the fun. And that's your ball game. Good pitching on tap for the Expos. The closer Roberto Ozuna gets his 47th save of the year and caps off a good finish to a 4-game series. So that was perfect. That's the way you want it back at home. Pineda gets the loss. Sam Freeman will get the win. He pitched a scoreless inning in the 7th and just gave up a hit and got a strikeout in that one. Ozuna's your player of the game again. Why not? Hey, 2 strikeouts in that 9th inning. That was key to get the heart of the order for the Royals. They ended up having a home run from Mejia, 1 for 4, but that was it. They scored a run in the 5th thanks to Bobby Witt Jr.'s RBI double. He was 1 for 3, but notables for the Expos, Wellington Castillo and Matt Kemp, a home run. Canna, nice to come off the schneid, 2 for 3 with 2 doubles, and Rosarena also helped out his cause, 2 for 4 with a double. So that'll do it for me today. That was pretty cool to get the 4-game sweep of the Royals. Next will be the Toronto Blue Jays, who we had some troubles with on the road at the Rogers Center. I wouldn't say the Sky Dome. It's called the Rogers Center these days. We took 1 of 3 from the Blue Jays there, but coming back home, a little bit of home cooking, we'll see what we can do against the Blue Jays. That'll most likely be on Monday. I don't think we'll be streaming tomorrow, but we'll definitely be back on Monday, if not. But for now, RJ the DJ signing off. Hey, great baseball. I'm a lot happier than I've been on the road. Anytime we play on the road, I'm always so mad. But I'm happy to be back home. We got 6 more games at home. Blue Jays will be Monday. The Yankees will be on Tuesday from Labatt Park. So good to see some good baseball being played right now. But for the time being, I'm signing off. Hey, guys, have a good weekend. Hey, do something fun. Go out and do something fun. I know I will. But signing off until Monday, I will see you guys soon. Take care. You have a good one.